you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till you see what Digger and Johnny are talking about. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man. So sit in the chat, let's have a laugh. Hours planned are 3.5. Digger squirrels driving Johnny mad, reading chat backwards, making people laugh. Hey, who's yowling in the back? It's Al unloading on a dog's back. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man.
Hey everybody, just having a second getting the fucking chat windows arranged the way I like. Alright, there we go. There, come up. Quit being a dick. Fucker. Alright, anyways, hey, how you doing? Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You kick my dog, and now my dog needs operation. You know damn right! Your daughter come over to my house today, and she kick my dog. This is Karpal. It's been a while since that one. That's an oldie. The black guy did it. I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't even start a story. It's a bit early to point fingers. I watched you. You wheeled over. You stood over. He barked, and you kicked him. Okay, so first of all, freak, I applaud you trying to adapt that really old bit to me. The problem is, if I wheeled over, I'm not kicking your dog. Why wouldn't I just roll over the dog? This has a lot of logical fallacies. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't really add up if you do it all at the same time. So, just a few questions that I have. Digger, your cripple kicked my dog. Again, this is completely preposterous. I was going along with it. A minute, it was fun, but now you're making it just, it's not even logical. It doesn't make sense. Now I can't endorse it. We can't even play along. It's just silly now. I got to pin that message. All right, let's pin that there. And I got to pin this one here. And then we've got all of our stuff pinned. Okay, so we are not doing any shows tomorrow or Monday. There are no shows Monday. So we moved our goal over to May 28th and we're down to $15. You guys have been amazingly supportive. Thank you very, very much. So we've got that going for us. Digger, yeah, Johnny can't kick anything. The dog is too big for your white wall wheels. They're not white walls. Tulsi Gabbard resigns as DNI. Who cares? Monday off, good choice. Yeah, I decided I'd rather spend it with the kiddo and working on some other stuff as opposed to doing the show Monday. And I'm obviously not doing the Steel Toe show Monday morning, so it just kind of makes sense. Take time off. Take the time off. Happy Friday, says Wild Saffron. Well, hello, Wild Saffron. Digger's in the YouTube chat. She'll probably be over there momentarily. Welcome to the show. We are going for 3.5 hours, I think. 3.5 hours? Yeah, 3.5 hours. We should have enough content to keep y'all settled for that amount of time. We looked around at a few different times. Spending time with the family. What a loser. Yeah, it is. It's pretty lame and gay. Although I will say, if yesterday is any inclination, spending time with my daughter will consist of her telling me to watch stuff on my own, like with my laptop or whatever, while she hogs my TV and watches what she wants on my TV. And then she'll make me make popcorn for her. I'm kind of like her little slave, like her servant. She just, Daddy, make me popcorn. And I go into the kitchen and I use my machine to make a big batch of popcorn. She eats about half of it. I eat the other half. Little bastard packs away the popcorn. Oh, well, that's good. Hey, I hope you are well today, says Wild Saffron. She's having a little bit of a rougher day. So we'll see where we go from there. Lowered expectations. All righty. There we go. Finished the coffee. Finished the coffee that we grabbed. I had a shitty fucking day, man. We screwed up our appointment. I thought it was on Thursday, but my calendar said Friday. Turns out it was on Thursday, so I completely missed an appointment. So I got to reschedule that. You, her, Alfred, Johnny? Kind of. An Alfred on wheels. So, Meals on Wheels is a more apt description than her Alfred. Hello, everybody over there in the Rumble chat. Good, caught up, great. All right, so for a couple different, well, I suppose I should finish saying what I was saying the first thought. Keep your train of thought. What are you? What are you, quartering shit now? Yeah, the appointments I thought I had yesterday were yesterday, and being on the calendar today was wrong, so I'm going to have to remake those appointments. I finally found the NGO that'll help me with like getting better walking equipment to do more walking around the house. They don't have anything for me, so we're going to have to call back on that. So I did a whole lot of driving around today for nothing. Like, it's just circle around, and by the time we got home, I could have made some phone calls, could have stayed right at home. We would have been good. But no. Never mind. So, did all of that. But at least I got some fucking coffee. And I still have to go out shopping, which I guess we'll do tomorrow. Let's see. I was thinking I was getting sick. Yeah. Digger's worried she's sick or coming down with something. She's all cold flashes. I've heard of hot flashes, never heard of cold flashes. How do you get cold flashes? That's a really good question. We've got videos and stuff for today. We'll check out a bunch of different shit and just kind of fuck around. We do have a couple of different news things. Obviously, with the Memorial Day weekend, they're going to drop everything that's like fucking whoa right on you right now. And then it's kind of shitty. So let's go grab the news stuff. Boop, 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 bam. Bam. All right, so we've got some just fun, nonsensical shit. We've got a woman arrested over a Facebook post. We've got NASCAR reeling from somebody's death, which I have to admit, like, I actually was like, holy shit, what? Like, we have a pretty much an interesting... We've got judges dismissing cases. And what's the last one? Oh, and a cop parking a car in the most wonderful way. So there we go. That's our first hour stuff that we have for you. Grabbing all of those. Hello, Landers and everybody else, if I didn't say so already. I'm on my chair, ready to fall asleep to Johnny's voice as King Kong Dong. That's not necessarily reassuring. Feels like a bit of a dig. Also, R.I.P. Kyle Busch. Yeah, I was talking to Digger about that. She thought I meant like an actual like George H.W. Bush, and I was like, no, this is B-U-S-C-H Bush. This is B-U-S-C-H Bush, like the beer. So, yeah. Get extra blankets and cuddle up with the girls. Yeah, the girls will warm me up. There, Digger. Hang out with the kiddies. That'll get you going. So let's go to this first one. A group of people in France did something really, really cool that I found on Twitter, so let's go to that first. I don't know how many people... Oh, dear Lord, we're going to lower that volume this time around. I don't know how many people watched those, like... It was on, like, Spike TV where they did, like, this weird medieval warfare of matching up people. What was it called? Like, I think it was, like, Deadliest Warrior or something like that. It's like, we match people throughout history to find the deadliest warrior. Well, someone did, like, those kind of battle scenarios and simulations. Someone did that in real life. Apparently, a group of French researchers trained around 200 reenactors to test out how old school warfare and battlefield routes may have actually played out. So we have, it's not a guarantee, but this is like, hey, we reenacted it. And I love that a bunch of people in France did this. There's probably money they spent on it, the whole thing. So, yeah, we'll get into Kyle Buschman. It's actually a compliment, Johnny, to fall asleep to something you like. Oh, well, it also, again, depends how you read it. That was very open-ended. Like, I'm in my chair ready to fall asleep to Johnny's voice. What if he means it's just going to suck, you know? Like, you know. Like if you're saying, like, I got the warmth of a snow pea and I'm just going to put them out. WW2, Truman wins. Well, this is before World War II even. This is like old school, like Spartan, Greek, like ancient, what'd you call it? Ancient Roman battles, like kind of stuff. So it was fun. We'll give it a gander. We'll check it out for a little bit. That and other videos to go through today. So we'll start with that. Something easy to work us in. R.I.P. Nemo. Who's Nemo? Like Finding Nemo? Like the actor who did the fish thing? What do you mean R.I.P. Nemo, MSO? I will need a little bit of an explanation. It's 28 degrees in the UK. Fan on and windows open. Well, it's definitely a lot chillier here. What temp do we have right now? 51. It's 51 Fahrenheit. So whatever that is in your weird Celsius degree stuff, it's 51 Fahrenheit, which is a bit chilly, but it's not too bad. The thing that sucks is the rain. I went out today and it was sprinkling the whole time, just enough to be careful driving, just enough to have the wipers on, not enough to really clean the car. So I still got to go get a car wash. It's complete fuckery in the out and about today.
Que nous avons observé plusieurs
This is
fois
the last
et le
time. Wait a minute. What? Let's get to this. This is the last shock we
choc
observed.
que nous avons observé plusieurs fois et
Several
le choc
times
profond.
is the deep shock.
Celui-ci est le plus violent
This is the most violent and occurs
et advient quand la
when
quasi-totalité de la
almost the entire
formation vaincue n'a pas fui avant le
defeated
choc.
formation has not fled, but
Cela
before the
arrive
clash.
essentiellement parce que, et nous l'avons vécu en essayant, quand la formation adverse est proche, on peut se retrouver
Oh, dude, you guys just bailed. Find yourself hypnotized by the
comme
upcoming clash,
hypnotisé par le choc à venir, tant et si
so
bien
that
qu'il
it
devient
becomes
impossible de
impossible to
décrocher tant qu'il n'a
disengage
pas eu
until it
lieu.
actually happens.
Ainsi, dans
Thus,
cette
in
situation,
this
les deux
situation, the
formations
two
se
formations
rentrent
are
effectivement
effectively
dedans.
clashing, but
Mais
do
n'allez
not
pas croire
think
que c'est
that it is
équilibré.
balanced.
En effet, dans la formation
Indeed,
vaincue,
in the defeated
une fois que le choc
formation,
est engagé,
once the clash is
on observe un
initiated, there is
décrochage continu
a
des
continuing
vaincus qui engagent leur
disengagement.
fuite quand ils
So you guys are just running for your lives like, oh shit, I wasn't in for this.
sentent qu'il n'y a plus personne
Imagine that a whole bunch of French people surrendered. Just ran. Read the chat back for context, Johnny, says Wild Saffron. Hey, happy Friday. We want... I'm okay. I'm getting sick, right? What did the fish say when it swam ahead first into a concrete wall? Damn.
derrière eux.
Oh,
Ainsi, la
that's why MSO says R.I.P. Nemo. Okay. Get the extra blanket, cuddle up with the girls. Yep. He swam into a dam. Johnny don't swim. That's true. I don't swim. I do float. Wild Saffron. I do float. I have a slight amount of buoyancy, and literally I can't do anything but float. So there we go. Yeah, the French fucked this from Jump Street, says Landers. Apparently, but they're French on both sides. This side and this side, but this side totally fucking bailed
formation vaincue se
immediately. Like this
désagrège
starts happening,
progressivement par
and these
l'arrière,
guys are like, F
tandis que les
that.
vainqueurs en face poussent pour obtenir
Oh
une
wait,
percée.
this is the other way around. So now it's showing it the other way around. Okay. I didn't know we switched sides. Could these guys dress in different colors? So this is the side that bails. And as soon as these guys clash and these guys start bailing, all these guys in the back just run
progressivement
off.
par
All
l'arrière,
right.
tandis que les vainqueurs en face
The
poussent
vectors on the other side push forward to break
pour
through
obtenir une percée
or find a
parvenir
way
à contourner.
around. The shock
Ce
is
choc ne
therefore
laisse donc jamais vraiment de
never
vide
really
derrière
leaves
lui,
the void
car le flux
behind
de
because
fuyards est
the
continu
flow of
et
fugitives
rapidement
is
suivi par le
continuous
flux de
and quickly
chasseurs
followed
ayant
by a
réussi
flow of
à se
hunters
détacher
who have
de
managed to break free
la zone de choc.
from the shock zone. All right. So that's how that stuff could have worked out in real life. Landers bailed for croissants and eggs. Yep, they had to go out and get some food. Croissant. No, it's my B-day off, so definitely a good thing. All right, well, I appreciate that, King Kong. I was just fucking around, having fun with you, being like, "Oh, you're saying I'm warmth of a Snopey." I mean, I know you're a supporter of the show, but all right, okay, I get you. They had to eat the gay frogs. I didn't know. So it's easier, you're missing it. They were French on both sides, but it was just a reenactment thing. And I was making a quick joke about the bailing, but I don't know. All right. Happy Pac-Man Day. Is that really a thing? Is today, quote unquote, Pac-Man Day? Why does Pac-Man need a day? Just out of curiosity. Why? What do we need a Pac-Man Day for? Has he done anything really monumental? Like, yeah, he's contributed one of the first arcade games, but do we have an Asteroid Day or a Centipede Day? No, we don't. And we shouldn't. So I kind of feel like Pac-Man doesn't need a day. Just like Mario really doesn't need a day, but whatever. Star Wars doesn't need a day, but it has one. So, I mean, you know, maybe I'm just a dick. Did anyone expect anything less than this? The French run from everything. That's what I was saying. But in this case, the French were running too, and the French were running away because they were all French. Donkey Kong Day is King Kong Dong. I don't think that's accurate. I'll have to check. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. Just hurtful thing to say. All right, so there we go. French researchers trained 200 reenactors. That's the other thing. Like, you trained them, but how well? And were they paid, or did they just bail? Oh, we've got a longer form of the video. Let's see. Oh, this is 1 hour and 9 minutes. I don't think so. No, thank you. The full film is 1 hour and 9 minutes long. That would be a breakdown and do offline, loaded up online sort of deal. That's where we would definitely where we go with that. Hey, how you doing, Fiery Red Podcast? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing great. We're doing fabulous over here. Had a little bit of a grr day this morning, but whatever. We're going to be fine. Just had a couple of things mildly annoying, but fuck it. We'll deal with it. Life will move on. Hopefully all will be well. So there we go. And of course, if you didn't hear before, we're taking Memorial Day off, so we won't be on Monday, which means we rolled our goal forward, and after everything we had for support, which was so fucking awesome yesterday, we're at $15 for May 28th for the funding, and then we're going to hang out with you, chill with you, and shoot the shit for the next 3 hours and 15 minutes, and hopefully make your afternoon a little easier as we ease into Memorial Weekend, which I don't know what you guys have for plan, but man, I kind of am feeling the urge to get the grill out. Like, I got a fire pit with a grill grate, and I don't think, are we still in a fire zone and I can't use that, right? Like, can you use a charcoal grill at that point? Because it's got the lid. Like, can I use the charcoal grill, or is that still not okay? Because it's Memorial Day. I want to grill some brats, or even better yet, like some nice juicy steaks. I'm fucking fiending to do some firewood grilling. I love campfire cooked food, and goddamn if I haven't had it in a while. I got that amazing fire pit. I saw it as I left the house today. I'm just like, God, I want to use that motherfucker. And I came back home, and once again, God, I want to use that. Like, I look at it as I drive by leaving the house. Fire warning is over. Yes. All right. So I got to check the wind and the weather conditions for this weekend, but I think I need to have a fire. I need to burn some wood and maybe cook some food. Or as MSO says, chillin' and grillin'. Chillin' and grillin', abso-fucking-lutely. Chillin' and grillin'. St. Caesar says, get some steak and corn on the cob. Easy. I'm not made out of money, all right? I don't know if I do steak. It depends entirely on prices. I'll go shopping tomorrow, and we'll see what we do. But you can find out on Tuesday, I guess, if you really want to know. But we'll see what we do. Depends. It's just, I'm glad the fire warning is over. That means I can at least use the goddamn thing. I'm always worried, like, because I know I'm not in a dangerous fire area, but at the same rate, if the fire warning stuff is a thing, you're not supposed to be using your fire pits and what have you. But if it's not a thing, then I guarantee you this weekend, 1 or 2 of the freaking houses around me are going to be doing it. I'm going to smell campfires, and I'm going to feel that itch grow exponentially. So I definitely need to check the weather and get ready to burn some wood. All right, alrighty. This other story. Butter up the steak and let it cook. You know what? You can eat a dick if you don't like this idea. I find get a little bit of a cheaper cut of meat and do a marinade. I like marinated steak. It's got a fucking flavor laced into it. The juices of the marinade and the steak come out while it's cooking. Amazing smell. You put the right kind of marinade in there, you can get a good char on that bitch. It's great. We got brats to grill. I might get brats, too. I'm going to have to ask what other people around here fancy. But, yeah, I know my daughter will probably fancy hot dogs. She probably want hot dogs and mac and cheese. Can you make mac and cheese on a grill? Probably not. I'd probably have to have some weird way to do that. But either way, maybe just get her some mac and cheese to, like, make and then grill the other stuff. I don't know. But either way. Kiddo's not necessarily big on the grill food, but goddamn if I'm not. I really want to do some grill food. Grill food and ice cream have been the 2 urges I've really, really had. I'll also make a pasta salad and deviled eggs. Deviled eggs is something that wouldn't be bad, but what are we talking? I don't have full access to a kitchen. I got to go all the way upstairs for that. And then I got to bring the food back down here. I don't know. Can smoke mac and cheese like a bake in a cast iron or aluminum pan. Yeah, but don't you have to kind of make it beforehand and then you bake it? I don't know. I don't know that she necessarily wants a campfire smoked mac and cheese. That does sound interesting, though, like worth trying. Sounds definitely like something I could give a go. Marinate a flank steak and make some fajitas. Flank steak is relatively inexpensive. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Marinate a flank steak, fire roast some peppers and onions, and then just dice them up and call it a deal. We'll see. All right, so what do we have for local stories? I think this is a local one. I don't know. A woman was arrested after a Facebook post over water concerns. I don't know how you get arrested for a Facebook post. I thought we weren't living in that world, but apparently we're there. So unless this isn't in the U.S., it's already here for those that are worried about the fucking... Because you have to explain to me just exactly how Facebook post equals getting arrested, because she said she had concerns about the water.
Health and safety concerns about a city's drinking water on Facebook. It happened in Trinidad in Henderson County, southeast of Dallas. People who live there say the tap water sometimes looks and smells unsafe. When one woman...
So again, even if she was lying, how is a Facebook post... Like, people post fake shit on the internet all the time. I don't see how this is a crime, but, you know, continue.
Shared her take on Facebook. The police department arrested her, and now she's suing. Fox 4's...
Good. Sue the pants off of them. She shared her opinion on Facebook. Like, I realize you don't have complete freedom of speech on Facebook, but in this country, we do have freedom of speech to the effect that the government should not be coming after you for what Facebook says. If Facebook wants to ban her account or punish her for her post, that's one thing. But the cops arresting her, doesn't that fall under freedom of speech, right of expression?
Davidson Tendery is live with more from that city.
Ashley smoked some deviled eggs. Oh, fucking hey, god damn it. Why couldn't I have let that fade off until I read it later? Now I've got that brain nugget just growing in the back of my head. Smoked deviled eggs. Oh, smoked deviled eggs with some lemon pepper salmon. Fuck.
Yeah, well, some city leaders say there are issues with the water system and that there has been for quite some time. However, one woman's claim posted to Facebook that the water is making some people sick led to her being arrested.
Did you ever expect something like that Facebook post could get you arrested?
Holy Jesus. She looks a lot like somebody, but as soon as I was about to say it, I can't figure out who now, so fuck it.
Not at all.
A Facebook post made by Jennifer Combs, a wife, mother, and...
We've received reports that some citizens have been hospitalized due to bacteria in the water. This is a serious public health concern that deserves immediate attention. If your water looks discolored, contains sediment, has a strong odor, or you have experienced related health issues, please send us a message. We are gathering information. We are aware that not all areas of Trinidad are experiencing these issues. However, if your water is affected, your information could help us identify patterns and ensure the problem is addressed properly. Please include your area. Did I just turn into SpongeBob? Ah! Hey, Patrick! Did you know your water could be making you incredibly sick? Please include whether or not you've been shitting in the water supply. Ah! Fucking, I hate how close I can go to fucking SpongeBob's voice. I need to die. Like, it's punishable by death. Stop my food erection can only get so hard, says King Kong Dong. She's too old for that hairstyle. I agree, too old for that hairstyle. Robin Wright and Princess Bride hair. That's what it was. It was the hair. Thank you, Fiery Red. It was the fucking hair. But then she just had a weird face. Yeah. Where's my Krabby Patty, bitch? Like, I should start doing that. Other people have to pay for AIs to do the voices. I can just do them myself. Suck a dick. Have you touched your wiener yet, Friday? That's not what it is, Lab Glass. It is not have you touched your wiener yet, Friday. And I am considering buying roasting some hot dogs and brats on the grill. I'm going to ask if people around here would like that sort of affair, like that sort of affair, and I could go get some you know what I mean? Like, just I don't know that I've ever done grill roasted corn on the cob. You still husk it, right? Or shuck it. It's called shucking. You still shuck it, right? Like you shuck it and then you just put it on the grill. Just roll it around a little bit. I don't know. Right. Is it really necessary to ask that question of this chat? Wait a minute. What? It's not necessary to ask it because no, it's not that. We all understood that's not what today's called. Wild Saffron. Don't endorse that. Don't endorse that. Did anyone cover that up? Shuck It Friday. There we go. Shuck It Friday.
And citizen journalist led to her arrest by Trinidad Police Department on May 8th.
Did you have to spend the night in jail?
I did.
What was that like?
Horrifying. Absolutely.
Because she was asking people to contact her if they had issues. Again, why did you guys arrest this bitch?
Really horrifying.
And you've never even had a speeding ticket?
Fire Red Podcast says, if you want burn mark shuck, can grill in husk also, though. That's kind of what I figured. But then you gotta post grill shuck. That could be much. Yes, I make it all the time. I add a bit of garlic butter and paprika to the corn after I cut it off the grilled corn. It's amazeballs. That does sound kind of nice. I mean, and I got paprika and I got garlic, and who doesn't have fucking butter? All right, shut up.
I have not.
I can't keep it.
Ever had a speeding ticket. It was
much like King Kong Dog. My food boner can only get so big. You know your judo well. This is the bloke who got me on the penis, people. I really need to do that. I got plans for that. I got to do that this weekend. All right. So, yeah, that does sound amazing, Ashley. Thank you for the suggestion. All right. Nobody's in the chat side, but we're talking about fucking food because it's Memorial Day weekend, so everyone's talking about what they want to grill. But we are also watching a woman who got arrested just for one night for, again, posting water concerns on Facebook that, from what I can tell from the story so far, sounds like we're legit water concerns. So maybe not arrest the lady just because she's asking if anyone... Or, open that Orwellian door and 1984 us right through it. Fuck.
one of the most probably humiliating things I've ever went through in my entire life. It was very, very bad.
So what was the Facebook post about? The city's water supply.
The best way I could describe it is it looks like the Trinity.
That looks like a fountain of Dr. Pepper or literally shit water. This looks like Chinese sewer water.
The river is flowing from their water taps.
The post from...
That doesn't look like the river is flowing from the water taps. That looks like oo-doo-doo-doo is flowing out your water taps. Let's go back on that. If this... Hold on.
Ever had a speeding ticket? It was one of the most...
Be honest. You've never had a speeding ticket because you probably, and the camera's not panning low enough for us to know. I don't really care personally, but you probably never had a speeding ticket because you've an adequate sized set of tits and you smile real nice when that cop walks up to the door and, oh, golly gee shucks darn, I just didn't know I was going so fast. And after a cute little bit of very, very mild flirting, you get one hell of a warning and told to be on your way, miss. How much do you want to bet that's it? I've now added grilled corn to my Memorial Day feast. My hubby will be happy to run to the store for it, says Ashley. Yeah, I was going to ask if they wanted brats or steaks, and now I'm going to be like, do you want to do brats or steaks on the grill, and or do you want to do corn? I am thinking about picking all this up Saturday. Like, let me know. Because I'm thinking we need to do some Memorial Day fucking cooking. Spend some time with the kiddo out by the fire. Have a good time. Have a good time.
Probably humiliating things I've ever went through in my entire life. It was very, very bad.
So what was the Facebook post about?
Again, that looks like literal diarrhea shit in your water. That looks like somebody shat in your fucking water tank, and now it's coming out in what I can only call Metamucil style. That's gross. That killed the mood, says King Kong Dong. Yeah, you guys talking about food. How hungry can you stay when you see this craptastic affair?
The city's water supply.
The best way I could describe it is it looks like the Trinity River is flowing from their water taps.
It looks like... All right, so there we go.
Post from her page Southern Bell Watch reads, in part, we have received reports that some citizens have been hospitalized due to bacteria in the water. This is a serious public...
So she's a small-time self-declared journalist, posting shit on the internet about reports with this again. Nothing about this seems. What the hell did she do to be arrest worthy? More like an Indian River. Oh, fiery. That water is a great food boner killer, says King Kong Dong. Yeah, I know. Looks like diarrhea. Oh, Willy Wonka, says Slingblade. Okay, yeah, I'll give you Willy Wonka. Looks like chocolate water. As opposed to the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Ba-dum-bum-ching.
Health concern that deserves immediate attention. If your water looks discolored, contains sediment, has a strong odor, or you have experienced related health issues, please send us a message.
Just to be clear, if you're drinking your water when it's looking like that, discolored, or has a strong odor, you do kind of deserve something of what you get. There should be a general sense, unless you're a child, should be a general sense of just because it comes out of the tap doesn't mean you trust it. There are quote unquote red flags, funky smell, or I don't know, looks like shit. Big red flags, you morons. Why are you drinking this stuff?
We are gathering information and reporting findings to the state.
No, this isn't like a
The police
Texas
chief
area.
had screenshotted it and posted it on the Trinidad Police Department page.
The April 6th post by Trinidad Police calls what Combs wrote false information that creates fear, panic, or unnecessary emergency response.
She asked for people to report if something was true. Like, that's false information. She said they've had reports of it. She's asking for other people's reports. You notice in there, she said, if you're having any of these issues. She didn't tell people your water's contaminated. She even said in the post, because I fucking read it, she even said not all areas of Trinidad are reporting this problem. So it seemed like a highly, highly selective area, at the very least. It's not instilling fear. And as for false information, how have you proved to us the water wasn't pouring liquid shit to people?
Within a community, eventually charging Combs with felony false alarm or report.
I feel like this is an extreme stretch.
So here inside Trinidad.
She didn't actually say that it was happening. She said there were reports of it. The equivalent to some are saying, which the news uses all the fucking time. AP, so disorderly conduct charge. Kind of false information that will instill fear and whatever. So I guess just felony. They're saying it's a felony.
At City Hall, the water looks clean, but some say it's a fluid situation depending on where you're at and when.
Which means if you had something happen, like an area of your water supply and infrastructure got fucked up, that could happen.
How would you describe the city's water situation right now?
The city's water situation is a struggle, without question.
Trinidad Mayor.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, the mayor just said it's a struggle without question. I don't need to hear more than that. If the water situation is a struggle without question, then every chance that what this lady said was true. Dear Lord, I don't want the chicken, but I need the ice cream space. Oh. I have some chicken wings and drummies I could like marinate and barbecue and cook, but I don't know if I could grill fire all of them. Oh, now that's a good idea too. Just marinate them in barbecue. Put them in a fucking bucket, like an ice cream bucket with some barbecue sauce, a little bit of ketchup, and just let them fucking sit in that, and then throw them out on the grill. Grilled wings and drummies and have a whole bunch of them. That's not a bad idea. Shit. All right, so we got that too. She was gathering information to turn over to the state. The local county officials will have to report to the state. She's pointing out their failure. Yeah, and that's why they arrested her, which I hope her lawsuit goes through swimmingly, because that is fucking bullshit. Arresting her for this is literal bullshit. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, that goes through. No, not a DC charge. Those are misdemeanors. They went overboard with a felony charge. I agree. I don't think there should be any charges at all. Again, it's a fucking Facebook post. And I don't know. I know this is a weird way to say it, but does your water pass the sniff test? Like, you pour your water. Does it smell funny? Does it look funny? Does it taste funny? No. Are you having any of the symptoms? No. I feel like confronting the fear she's instilling is really, really easy. Arresting for shitty water. And again, he complained that his shitty water have a lot of trouble. We asked him, like, how your shitty water? He said his shitty water be very shitty.
Dennis Hawes does not dispute that they have water issues.
A lot of this stuff is original pipes that were put in here in Trinidad in the 50s, probably. We have
Right. But if you're having issues and people have concerns, that's allowed. Calling her an asshole is one thing. Arresting her, charging her with a felony, quite another.
get to a position where we can fix that infrastructure. And it's very expensive, as I'm sure you can imagine.
On Wednesday, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality confirmed to Fox 4 that it received a complaint regarding the water quality and an investigation is ongoing. It's unclear whether anyone has gotten sick from the water.
I've seen some Facebook posts where people have said they have gotten sick, but to me personally, I haven't heard anything.
In a post on May 10th, Trinidad Police Chief Charles Gregory doubled down on his decision to arrest Combs, calling the case cut and dry. He says claims...
Bob, it's talking about water and it's cut and dry. Oh, nice. I like it. Yeah, it's cut and dry. She posted opinions. She didn't state anything as a fact. She didn't state anything as being proven. There are reports. Now, yes... hypochondriac assholes are going to read those reports and maybe go a little fucking bug nuts about whether or not their water is safe. However, people are going to, again, check their water before they just believe the Facebook post. Or at least reasonable people will. But at any rate, I think Zimbabwe has cleaner water than that one. Yeah, that one looked really bad. That looked like some Chinese shitty water. Like, that's... That looked like the shitty water that come out of my shitty walk.
Citizens were hospitalized due to bacteria in the water are simply false and have only caused unnecessary fear and confusion in our community.
I really haven't seen anything like this before, David.
SMU constitutional law professor Dale Carpenter questions if a crime was committed and believes Combs's First Amendment rights may have been violated, even if it turns out Combs's post was inaccurate.
She's making a statement regarding a matter of great public interest, and so people sometimes make false statements on matters of great public interest, and they're allowed to do so. If we prosecuted and arrested everybody who made such claims, our jails would be overfilled.
Chief Greg,
right? Especially on Facebook or the internet as a whole. I love it. These cops are taking the internet seriously. Fiery Podcast, make the cops drink it. Like, look, Mayor just admitted to seeing reports also. This is insane. It's entirely insane. At the very least, she may have gravely overstated the seriousness of the matter, but it sounds like she's reporting on an issue that is, drum roll please, actually an issue.
Gregory was not at Tuesday's council meeting, but the water issue was a topic of conversation.
The reason why everyone is here and the reason why Fox 4 is here is because your city is acting like tyrants.
Combs stands behind her post, and in a federal lawsuit filed Tuesday, she accuses the police chief of...
Ashley Casey, half the neighborhood would go to jail for reporting fireworks as gunfire, right? Well, it is Texas. Did they actually do gunfire for the 4th of July? Like, just jump outside like Yosemite Sam, like, I'm going to take all you varmints, hee-haw. Like, does that actually happen? Or is that just my imagination? My imagination is like Texas is like a whole bunch of Yosemite Sams just in life and in person. Like, literally, that's what I want. Oh.
Political retaliation related to her work as a citizen journalist. She claims multiple citizens made social media posts stating that they had personally been hospitalized or affected as a result of consuming the city's water.
Again, so she's just reporting on it. Look, like I said, you guys can hate her and stuff, but locking her up, even for a night, like, good luck on her lawsuit. I hope she wins.
I don't agree and don't think it's fair that the citizens pay for water they can't really use.
The lawsuit adds...
But there's no proof that that's actually happening. Let's be clear. It's not proven either way. The same thing that exonerates you kind of prevents them from being held accountable at the moment.
Speech about the safety of a community's drinking water is a quintessential matter of public concern entitled to the highest degree of First Amendment protection.
Makes sense.
There's people
All right, honestly, even if it doesn't have bacteria, even if it's just old pipes or whatever, I'm sorry, that don't look drinkable, okay? It looks like iced tea coming out of your faucet. And I got news for you. That makes you gay.
that their appliances are getting ruined. They can't cook with the water. They can't bathe with it. They can't do laundry. A lot of them feel hushed and like they don't have a voice, and no one listens to them, and no one takes them seriously.
AP, no, that's illegal, but it is a bunch of Yosemite Sams. Half and half.
The police chief has not responded to a list of questions we sent over to
King
him.
Kong Dong. I brushed my teeth and they got dirtier. So I'm not saying the water has a problem. I'm just saying that is a first. That's never really happened before. I've never gone in to clean my teeth, coming out going, wow, wish I hadn't done that. It's a new one for me. It also did taste kind of funky, and it smelled like poo gas. So we might want to look into this.
Him via email. He is listed as a defendant in this federal lawsuit. So is one of his officers, a city council member, and the city of Trinidad.
And I hope she fucking wins. I hope she wins the lawsuit. I hope she takes a couple of fucking hits to their fucking bullshit and make it a little buckage for her trouble. Because again, even in her post, I was looking at it was remarkably tame. It made no actual statement of fact. It made no actual allegations of anything. It reported that people had reported, and it said if you had any concerns or issues with this, it asked for information going forward. Really doesn't seem like she committed a crime of any kind. So, but either way, welcome to the brave new world where we get arrested for Facebook posts in America. That's again, my biggest concern isn't even what she said. The fact that they used a Facebook post to arrest somebody. I'm like, and it begins. Jesus, bathroom Batman. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's really bad. Alrighty. Like, dude, possible ban evader. What do you mean they're evading? They're just trying to frickin'... All right, let's do this. And don't need you jumping in here. I hate those stupid. Get yourself some viewers. Take away their pensions. Yep, we covered all those. Great. So we got on that. We have another, what is it? Let me do the math. 2 hours and 45 minutes left in the program. We've got a couple of stories left to finish up on our first hour, and then we'll keep right along. Next, we are going to be talking about the NASCAR thing with Kyle Busch. If you're like Digger and don't know, it's B-U-S-C-H Bush, not B-U-S-H Bush. No relation to the actual Bushes. I smelt like B-O and took a shower, and now I smell like shit. Look, I don't mean to like nitpick, but I'm albino and I'm pretty white. But when I got out of the shower, people thought I was mulatto. So something's wrong with the water, and it sticks to you. So, and again, it reeks like poo gas. I feel like the water smelling like poo gas, number one problem. I get that literally those, I know that might not be what's going on in Trinidad, but that water in the bad videos, that looked like Chinese sewer water. Just poo water explosions. Ooh. Now I'm remembering Chinese sewer water, which brings me back to gutter oil, which makes me want to end my life. Like, that's the sign that society has reached the all-time low. Gutter oil is a thing. Ugh. Alrighty, let's go over here and talk about this. NASCAR is now reeling from Kyle Busch, who passed away at 41. It was apparently a huge surprise. Let's go to the news story over on, I think this is SportsCenter, that we have the video from. So we'll cover that there. Also, before we start, that's a bold look. It's just interesting. All right, so NASCAR Series driver Kyle Busch dies at 41, hospitalized with an undisclosed but severe illness. Like, leading up to this, he was complaining about, like, nasal infections and things like that. So I'm excited to hear what actually caused this, because this was, like, a mild story of, like, him not feeling well. Then all of a sudden, just, he's sick. Like, the only thing we had socially is that he was going to miss a race this weekend. He wasn't going to be in some racing cup, and it was like, oh, he won't be in attendance and he won't be driving because he's under the weather and he's looking into feeling ill. And now all of a sudden, just boom, he's dead, like, kind of fast. Game over for him. Baldy. I wouldn't call her Baldy. She's shaven. Maybe she has that alopecia thing. You ever think about that? It is kind of weird. Brown, bald, and beautiful next to Big, White, and Wolfie over here. Really weird kind of juxtaposition. Anyhow, go. Oh, helps if you click the play button, I guess. Some of you, it's click the screen. Others, it's click the play button. Can we pick a lane?
Boom. Tragedy throughout the entire racing world, certainly within the NASCAR community. Kyle is indisputably one of the greatest race drivers of all time, regardless of genre. He will be a first ballot NASCAR Hall of Famer and has been for years. Just to give you an idea of how dominant he was in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Okay, so it was earlier today. All right, so I'll let you finish about that in a minute. It was earlier today. I'm just reading the Chiron here that I'm blocking. The family announced earlier today that he was hospitalized and would not compete on Sunday. And that has gone from earlier today he was hospitalized to now he's just fucking dead.
63 career wins. He's the all-time wins leader in what is now the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the NASCAR Truck Series. And beyond that, Kyle's maturation as a man, the incredible father he was to his children.
He wasn't favorite driver.
He was to Samantha. Our heart.
Yeah, but it's not about being a favorite. I'm just way more curious about, like, no offense, I'm not even a big NASCAR fan, but I kind of want to know what the fuck killed Kyle. Like, I want to know what killed Kyle. Just because, like I said, reports are going to the hospital, a little under the weather, not going to be at the Racing Cup this Sunday, and then hours later, effing dead. Like, that's an escalation. Would like to know. We've been dealing with supposed Ebola people and hantavirus people and... Sorry, something popped in my head. So we have hantavirus people and, the Ebola people, maybe even coronavirus people. What the hell killed Kyle? What killed Kyle? Speaking of coronavirus, did he ever get the jab? Did he take the jab? That's a question, too.
Hearts just are broken today throughout the entire NASCAR family that Kyle has passed away from this illness at 41 years old. We don't...
All right, so I'm not going to say he had a stroke. They're saying he had an illness. Wild Saffron saying maybe he had a stroke, but I don't know. Wild Saffron, false statements that arrest every fucking politician, right? The folks on the local res were stuck drinking bottled water for years. Their tap water was awful. Digger, hell, I'm on the west coast of Canada, I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers Flint, Michigan water. Sad that he passed so young. However, NASCAR drivers are sad he won't be around to crash into them anymore. Well, he had a lot of, I don't know if it was quite crashing so much. He had a lot of wins. They're hooked up the camper and on the way. What? I don't know what Chevy JB is talking about. He was test driving a new car earlier and said his sinuses were really stuffed. Wanted a shot of something when he was done. Yeah, so again, it kind of came on really fast.
Have information right now what exactly
Matthew Q saying it was cancer related.
That illness was, and we don't have a whole lot of information regarding this day. There was an announcement this morning on his social media feeds that he'd been admitted to the hospital with this illness, and we got news just moments ago from NASCAR and Richard Childress Racing, the team for which Kyle raced in the Cup Series, that he had passed on. I can read you some of that statement right now. Our entire NASCAR family is heartbroken by the loss of Kyle Busch, a future Hall of Fame.
He had a really big bush. I hate myself.
Famer, Kyle was a rare talent, one who comes along once in a generation. He was fierce, he was passionate, he was immensely skilled.
Oh, yeah? Didn't help.
And he cared deeply about the sport and its fans. Throughout a career that spanned more than 2 decades, Kyle set records in national series, wins, won championships at NASCAR's highest level, and fostered the next generation of drivers as an owner in the Truck Series. His sharp wit and competitive spirit sparked a deep emotional connection with race fans of every age, creating the proud and loyal Rowdy Nation.
That Rowdy does... Hablo Pachenko saying, damn, literally won his last race last Sunday. Well, then at least, like I think it's kind of shitty, but at least he kind of went out with a win. That's nice. Because he's fucking dead, so...
Our thoughts are with Samantha, Brexton, and Lennox, Kyle and Samantha's parents, Kurt, and all of Kyle's family, Richard and Judy Childress, everyone at Richard Childress Racing, his teammates, friends, and fans.
All right. So, yeah. So that is just the garden variety. We lost him. It's sad. So, yeah, it's kind of up. This has got a couple more minutes. I'm going to let this go, but they don't seem like they have any real answers on what it was. I mean, Matthew Q says he believes it was cancer related, but I mean, you'd think if he knows that, you think that would be something we're hearing here, but they don't say they
NASCAR
do.
lost a giant in the sport today far too soon, and they ask for thoughts, prayers, and privacy at this time. Christine, again, it's genuinely impossible to properly articulate what an incredible talent Kyle Busch was. He came into NASCAR at 16 years old. They had to change rules because he was so good so young. And he ruffled a lot of feathers as a young, aggressive driver, drawing comparisons to the great.
Los Federal is saying 1,000% it was the COVID jab. I mean, it could be. I've asked him about his jab status. I've got curiosities about his jab status, too. Hablo Pachenko, do you think it was a certain jab that got him? Again, I'm curious about the jab status, too. Matthew Q. Samantha, she's single now. Might want to wait on that. I'm just going to say, maybe give her, no offense, but, literally, the body might not be cold yet. So how about you just kind of hold off on the grieving widow? It sounds like a lot, but trust me, you can do it. Please, just don't. Oh, my God. She's single now. Probably bigger concerns. I'm going to be honest. She's got a couple kids. She's dealing with all this. Maybe not really looking. Maybe not in the neighborhood. I'd certainly hope not. King Kong Dog, my heart hasn't been the same since the jab. I'm sorry to hear that. I am too. A lot of people have been dropping like crazy last month. Yeah, we've had some people go down. So I've lost people in my immediate sphere, but none of it was jab related that I know of. A couple months ago and recently. None of it jab related, but it's been a day. How long does she really need? Lab Class, I'd say maybe give it, what was the old school thing? Like the grieving period was like a year? I don't know, maybe give it some time. Just a touch. I would, you know what? Let her decide when she's ready to rejoin the market. Otherwise, just treat her like she's out of bounds. Because let's just be honest, it's kind of a dick move. Oh, dude. Erica Kirk has a couple kids, Johnny. Didn't stop her. From what? Has she started dating people already, St. Caesar? Is that an actual fact or just a internet, gossip rumor? It's been more than 10 minutes, says AP. You guys are just thirsty. And I haven't even seen a picture of this lady. For all we know, she's a chud. You have no idea.
Greatest to ever do it, Dale Earnhardt, because he had so much talent within the garage area. He was certainly in the conversation of the most talented wheelmen that ever held a steering wheel. And again,
a steering wheel? I've never held a steering wheel. I've held a couple of steering wheels, never a steering wheel. What does a steering wheel do? You just stare at it? How do you know what, when you're done? What is the steering wheel for? Is it a different way to drive? Did Kyle die from a mic pack too? I don't think so. He was in a hospital. St. Caesar, what do you have against chuds, Johnny? Nothing. I just think you're all working really, 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 really hard. to go after a lady that just became a widow today.
Just to see the evolution of the man, to see the way that he grew into such a wonderful advocate for all of the race drivers, for growing the next generation of drivers. And on top of that, he and his wife Samantha being such champions for couples struggling to have children through their IVF work.
Oh, dear Lord. So this guy seems like he was a legit decent guy. He's helping to promote an IVF program for couples struggling to have kids. It's really weird. What took him out? I was penetrated by a jab, and I felt pressured to do it. I was penetrated twice, and all I could do wish it'd be over quickly. I feel violated. I took the Johnson & Johnson one, and as soon as they said you had to get a booster of that, I told them to suck a dick. And been that way ever since. So I took the one, maybe the better one, maybe the worst one. I don't know. But yeah, I felt pressured about doing it too, because at that time I was doing all my DJ work.
He has been a bastion in that world as well. And so
Is he going to cry? Holy shit. Is he going to cry?
Rarely are we at a loss for words, but this is
he's red
a
up.
shocking,
his eyes are red.
Tragic moment in the auto racing world.
Like, dude, no offense. Either he's about to cry or he had himself a nice hoot about 5 to 10. Like, which one is it? Did he take a puff before we went live? It looks like he's legit going to cry.
And I will just say that my prayers, my genuine prayers are with Samantha and Kyle's children, his parents.
Los Federers, oh my God, Johnny, you were penetrated by a Johnson. You poor soul. I will say a prayer for you tonight and light a candle. He had the jab. It's in the eyes. I didn't see any of his eyes. Yeah, he was great. And off to the track. He cried. Yeah, he looks like he cried. Kyle Busch was one of those good sports celebrities. He was down to earth and always wanted to help people. Yeah, it sounds like he was a legit, just top to bottom, solid, cool dude. And he's dead at 41.
Parents, Kurt, his brother, and all of us who loved him.
Yeah, so he fucking bawled. He was crying. Well, there we go. So Kyle Busch is dead. Anheuser will be all right, but Kyle's not. That was a shitty joke. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, here's the one last week at WGI. Kyle Busch called for medical help after the race. Said it was due to a substantial cough.
After whatever.
Let's go here to this. This is apparently his last, let's do that.
Do you feel better after whatever was bothering you in the car last week that you needed help for?
You can kind of still hear it. I'm still not great, but the cough was pretty substantial last week.
Do you feel better after what?
Cough was substantial last week. Wild Saffron saying his wife is a smoke show. All right. Kyle Busch wife. Let's look it up. Oh, shit. Damn. All right, I'm not going to disagree. That wife is pretty pretty. All I think about is beer when I hear his name. Am I the only one? No, you're not, because I do too. That's why I made the Anheuser joke. I said Kyle Busch is sadly passed away, but don't worry, Anheuser is fine. It was a joke, a beer joke. Johnny got thirsty all of a sudden. No, I didn't get thirsty, but damn. Like, I didn't get thirsty. I bet she has a bush, too. Yeah, she has a whole different kind of bush, St. Caesar. I wouldn't say I got thirsty. Again, I'm going to say, maybe give it some time. Yes, she is a remarkably attractive lady, but she just became a widow today. Like, I don't know. Give it, at least 24 hours. I would say maybe a couple of months, but at least 24 hours. St. Caesar, be a dog on your own time. I was just looking for a picture of the lady to see how attractive she was. You want to fucking spank it. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to help you find pictures to you to whack off to. That means she's single. Yes, she's single. No, she's not single. She's widowed. She's not single. She's widowed. She's technically still married. The marriage hasn't been dissolved. It's just the death do you part clause has been enacted. I think we need to, as a society, start having a stark difference in understanding that there is a vast gulf between single and widowed. Single and widowed. You don't ever have anyone in your life. You had somebody and they're gone. Maybe give it some time. Maybe give it some time. So 20 minutes then, says AP. J.D. Vance didn't wait 5 minutes to move on Erica Kirk. That's your opinion and the internet rumor. We don't have any actual proof about that. By the way, I totally believe that too. But that's an internet rumor. That's your opinion. But it does totally look like he was tapping that ass. He might as well ask. Not like he's going back. Hey, might as well ask. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. It's not like they're going to hook up. At least I hope not. Unless she's got a really, really weird fetish, in which case, don't want to be part of that at all. Balls deep. Till death do us part. They parted, bro. Dive into that thirst trap head first. You know what. Right. On a technical level, you're absolutely right. On a very, very by the book, literal technical level, absolutely right. But let's be clear again. I just think decorum dictates you maybe, I don't know, wait a tick before you tried to slide your dick into a fucking widow. All I'm saying, give it a fucking minute, man. King Kong Dong, it's not the 5-second rule. That's with food, not widows. 5-second rule. No, that's not how it works. So wait a minute. The 5-second rule is what? She's no longer bonable if you wait more than 5 seconds. It's officially dirty and you can't touch it. Because again, the 5-second rule is you had that window to act. Now this one, what does it work in the reverse with widows? You have to wait exactly 5 seconds. No, I feel like a little bit more time though. Good God. Okay, I've waited long enough. No, you haven't. Imagine the life insurance policy. Yeah, you have to have a decent life insurance policy if you're a NASCAR driver. But then doesn't that pay out more if you die doing your job or profession as opposed to just in general? I don't know. But yeah, considering the amount of businesses and practices they had, there's probably a substantial life insurance policy there. So yeah, she's going to come into some money. So then she's going to be even more on guard. This is all the more reason why maybe don't make a move just yet. Beautiful women and rich dudes. The two people, at the minute they're single, it's just they're swarming around them. Alrighty. Kyle dropped her on the floor. I'm here to pick it up. No. But again, I'd give it more than 5 seconds, more than today. Like I said, she might need a week or two or a month or two. Again, I'd probably wait a year myself, but nah, you can. Hey, darling, you want to go fast? Matthew Q, I don't want anyone else to get her. That's fine. They'll be fine. The prize for last week's winnings was $1 million. They'll be okay. Ashley Casey, I think it's cute. Anyone here thinks they have a move to make with her, right? Like it's like this lady is going to totally. Oh look, we got her being a mom picture. Let's open the image, a new tab in that one. Nope, we got to click this first. So this is her not being quite so gussied up. Still fucking really, really attractive looking. But yeah, like you guys have a shot with that at all. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what she saw in this, but I guess he was doing well for the money. So, hey, who gives a shit? NASCAR is worth over $5 billion. I saw a vehicle from this company yesterday on my way home. This has to be the best play on words for a business name. All right. Mammoth Erection. .com. Okay. It's a temporary steel construction site in Hamilton, Ontario. So cool. Manage your expectations, fellas. Right? Otherwise you're gonna get set down hard. Set down real hard. Top 50 richest actors in the world. Cool. I didn't ask for that, but thank you, Exposian 2026. Sad those kids are growing up without their dad. Yeah, that's always fucking hard. When you think about that. That was... Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Just don't. I'll get her to call me Ricky Bobby. St. Aaron, I don't think you'll get her to call you anything except a restraining order. That's about the closest I think you could pull off. Like I said, she's probably going to be a little leery about honey dicks coming around sniffing for cash. Try and give her a good old honey dickin'. Tap it, drain it, and run. Ashley Casey, balls deep. You have better luck just being struck by lightning. Widows makes mistakes during the grieving process. Fingers crossed. Oh, there you go. Her expectations are lower because she's so emotionally upset. Like, this is the time. Still a dirty move, in my opinion. We're going in specifically because she's grieving. Okay, you're an asshole. Let's not do that. Is the funeral an okay place to try and pick her up? No, because, she's literally looking at her dead husband. If nothing else, I'd feel awkward. Like, what if the spirit of her dead husband's there and he's dead. He's watching all these people mourn his passing, and then some absolute piece of shit is like trying to put the moves on his wife. I mean, come on. Again, a modicum of decorum, people. So that means Mrs. Bush's bush is available. It does in the literal sense. But I would say, like Ashley, temper your expectations because I don't think it's going to work out well for you. Maybe she'll just buy some. No, she won't buy any meats. I think she'll probably just, hey, I get it. The hubby sling shot me in. Oh, I was sitting right behind him. I was in the draft envelope. And so I slingshotted right in behind him. So there we go. St. Caesar, I heard funeral sex is great. Well, I mean, I guess technically any sex can be good sex if you're not getting it. So, how much sex are you getting before you had the funeral sex? That's the question. St. Aaron, it is. Me and my cousin had the best. No decorum when the pussy is on the line, says Lab Class. No, there should be decorum. Screw it. Go to the funeral and try. Live stream it. I'd love to watch that go down. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us would love to watch that crash and burn. But I don't think they're going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. When's the funeral? We don't even know when the funeral is. This is why I'm saying it's a bit early. We don't even know when she's putting him in the dirt yet. So maybe give it a shot after that. Just like I said, hold a beat and then you go. King Kong Dong, I think we had a better shot at Erica. Would it still be a live stream for a funeral? I mean, technically, it's a live stream for everybody but one person, the guest of honor at the ceremony. Other than that, the reason why we've gathered is the only one who's not live streaming. They're dead streaming. They're dead live streaming. Or is it live dead streaming? It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Either live dead streaming or dead live streaming. You pick. I don't want to touch that crazy bitch. Erica Kirk? Yeah, I feel like that's a Black Widow snatch on Erica Kirk. Like, you could go in on that, but unless you're part of the cabal, like, there's a chance you're not making it home. So I wouldn't want to do it. It's like a high degree of failure, even if you succeed, if you know what I mean. So probably not my thing. But as I age, I'm losing my tastes in certain areas and finding it in others. So don't know that she even really does it for me anymore. I hope to have the church set up for only left turns as they give their blessings. Right? Does the funeral procession have to move in a circle? Do they have to walk 500 feet? I still miss Dale Earnhardt. Well, you know, Dale Earnhardt proving walls work. It was funny, but I feel bad about it. But come on, that was good. That was good. Fuck turn 3 at Daytona, says Balls Team. I'm waiting to see how people react to my Dale Earnhardt proving walls work. Oh, that was good. That was good. Fucking legs don't want to stretch out on me. Ugh, I'm trying to sit up straight, you bastards. Okay, so we've got what is it? Like 2.5 hours left in the show. We've got a couple stories left for the first hour, so we'll finish up all those. There's something about her eyes gives me lizard vibes. Which one, Wild Saffron? Bush's wife or Erica Kirk? Erica Kirk, I get the lizard vibes thing. There's something about those eyes. You can see there's a little bit of an unsettledness there. At first, I mistook it for thinking she was just grieving and really, really sad. But then that kept being a thing, and watching what's happened after now, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I misread that one. Alrighty. Wow, Santa and better panties are... No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. I really don't think they are. I don't think they are in the slightest. All right, let's keep going with this show. We've got, like I said, another 2.5 hours in the program. Erica, yeah, I agree with you, Wild Saffron. Erica Kirk, freaky as fuck. Mr. Q threw in 5 at the end of the show. Between that and everything else we earned, we have $15 left of May 28th for our goal. We moved it forward because I don't charge you guys for my days off, and we are taking Monday off for Memorial Day. So we will be off for the Memorial Day, and we'll be back on Tuesday. Maybe I can sucker old lady of Canada to do Tuesday since she's not on Monday. But, you know, it's entirely up to her. She gets complete free reign on whether or not she's on the show. So we'll see. At the very least, she'll be on with us Wednesday. And I will be back on the Steel Toe Show on Monday. So there you go. Our show, meanwhile, brought to you by the studio sponsor, Mr. Q's Didgeridoos, the classic woodwind instrument of the classic woodwind instrument of Australia. So when you want to have a little bit of fun, get yourself a didgeridoo and see what happens. Mr. Q's Didgeridoos, feel the wind of the South Continent. Ba-dum-bum-ching. We got that for like another 2 weeks, and then we're out. What about the Gilgamesh Reincarnation Chamber? Wait a minute, what? Freak 597, I feel like we were talking about one story. You just brought in part of another. What Gilgamesh Reincarnation Chamber? Matthew Q gold coin. What's gold coin? I feel like I missed a conversation. I'm looking back in the chat, and it doesn't seem like I missed anything. How? But this, okay. Thank you. Oh, sent me a gold coin for 10 jewels. Thank you. It's why we went to Iraq. For what? The Gilgamesh Reincarnation Chamber? Again, that feels like a really weird fucking left turn conspiracy theory thing that I did. What brought that on? That's just what I'm trying to understand. Because I was saying we were about to talk about the other 2 stories we have left for the first hour. And before that, we were talking about Bush's wife dying. Then we brought that on to, or not Bush's wife, Bush dying, and then his wife being available and everybody getting thirsty over her. And then you know what? That's worth looking into. One of the many things I'd like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get on to it. I would love to do stuff with Digger, with like deep diving stuff like that. But that's something I feel like we'd have to do offline, edit together, and go from there. But that's just a thought. We have 2 hours and 15 left in the show. Let's get to this next one. A judge is dismissing a criminal case against a former assistant principal. Now, in the criminal case, the assistant principal is kind of being held accountable for turning a blind eye to a first grader's alleged death threats to a teacher. That first grader carried out that death threat on that teacher. And apparently we're not going to hold the assistant principal who knew about it but did nothing accountable. So, yeah. All right. Lab Glass. Mr. Q's didgeridoos. Feel it, blow it like you mean it. I'll try and remember that and work it in. I kind of threw that phrase together. We didn't have one before, so I just kind of threw that together. But, oh yeah, squirrel. Sorry. It was a bit of a squirrel. Again, like, Digger and I want to do a lot of, like, offline content that we, like, publish for online enjoyment for a variety of reasons. And I always thought, like, because she doesn't know a lot about doing editing and all that stuff, like doing the post work for her and helping her do, like, I think she could have a lot of fun doing conspiracy theory things. And she likes being in chats, but like I told her, if you put up a video live, when it goes live, you can be in the chats with people who watch it live. And you could talk to the people in the chats, but then they can still enjoy the show. Sometimes Digger can't stand y'all, if you want to know the truth about it. No, she loves the chat. And you know that. You know that. Thank you again for the 5 Lab. We appreciate that. $5 on Rumble. All right. So I think we've got caught up in F. Bitch, I'm going to get SpongeBob on your ass. It's kind of that bad. Except the only one who knew was the assistant principal. Simultaneously, the one who did nothing nor warned the teacher. And the kid shot the teacher. Or the deputy. I don't remember. One of them. Oh, that's why.
Principal Ebony Parker.
Oh, and that's the other fun thing. Principal name's Ebony Parker. Enjoy that as you will.
Today we have breaking news in Virginia where a judge has dismissed all charges against former assistant principal Ebony Parker. Parker was charged with 8 counts of felony child neglect in the 2023 shooting
Mr. Q,
of first-grade
and
teacher
Lab
Abby Zorner by her 6-year-old student.
Prosecutors accused her of ignoring repeated warnings from other school employees that the student had a gun, but their defense countering that the state had not made that case. Parker breaking down in tears when the judge said that she was striking all 8 counts.
No offense. Multiple people are telling you this kid's got a gun. You know he's threatened the teacher. Why was the teacher never made aware?
Here's that moment.
I do grant defense motion to strike in whole on all counts, all 8 counts of felony child abuse and endangerment.
NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos joining us now to discuss this. Danny, defense teams routinely make these motions to throw out charges, and obviously we were multiple days into this trial already. What was the legal reasoning from the judge?
We make those motions in every single case, and we never expect them to get granted. We're really only making them to create a record for appeal. So I have to imagine even defense counsel, if they're being honest, was like, wait, what? You're doing what? And exactly that happened. The theory for dismissal is that the statute as read and the evidence put in doesn't match. In other words, let me give you an example. The judge said, well, what was the omission? Was it when she was told that the backpack was clear, didn't have a firearm, but should she have done something then? Was the act, when exactly is the prosecution's theory of the omission that they...
Oh, I thought that she knew and she didn't. So they can't prove the omission. Don't think you can punish that together content on YouTube. More of a publication for the sound of, from the sound of it. No, AP. You're taking it dirty. You're taking that very, very dirty. I'm talking about us discussing different topics and doing shows like we do, but doing like offline bits to put up on, like, say, a Patreon thing. And because Digger loves going down rabbit holes and conspiracy theories and things like that, so we could edit the stuff together and she can react to the clips and talk about the subject and all of that crap, and then she can put that up as a video because she doesn't always feel well. So we could do a lot of these when she feels up to doing the topic. And we can edit them and publish them and release them on a regular schedule. That's all I was saying. Nothing dirty, you pervy perv. The assistant principal searched that kid twice and didn't find the gun. The second time she searched that kid, the counselor also searched the kid, and even the counselor didn't find the gun. Then, yeah, if that is true, then I guess good for her for not getting, or for the case getting thrown out. The way the story that I clicked on to get to this link made it sound, they made it sound like she omitted that and ignored the situation and just let the whole thing happen. But if they didn't find the gun on the kid, and then the kid somehow MacGyvered the gun into the snare, then yeah, she isn't at fault. Not much place to hide a gun. Yeah, that is my question, Digger. Then how did they get the gun in? How'd the gun get in?
They say fits within the statute of child neglect. Again, not a decision I would have expected in this case. And had it gone to the jury, I think they might have had enough evidence to get a conviction. So this is a massive, unexpected win for the defense.
Is she cannot be tried again on this then, right? It's done?
Technically, the government could appeal, but it is done.
Pablo Pachenko, kids are smarter than we give them credit for. I raised one. Yeah, I have one too. Not a little bastard. It's too damn fucking smart. The little shit keeps eating all my popcorn. Every time I make a batch, then she just eats it all. Just, Daddy, can I have some? She just takes the bucket. Fucking bastard. Nothing dirty. Sure. Yeah, it's nothing dirty, dude. There's public time and there's private time, and we understand which is which.
I don't believe they can appeal on these facts. When the finding is based on the facts,
kid hid the gun in the toilet or a body cavity.
Virtually zero. But Virginia might have
stuck it up his
somewhat
ass.
Different procedural rules.
Can you talk about the fact, this idea of wanton and gross disregard for human life? That was sort of like the bar that was created in this, or at least that's the legal standard.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Why was it so obvious it wasn't met based on what was presented in court?
I wouldn't say it was obvious. I think this is one of the most difficult concepts to struggle with when we're talking about holding people responsible for their omissions related to school shootings. So think about it this way. I mean, the omission, it can't just be as simple as somebody didn't do something and something bad happened. It has to be that kind of willful wanton act. Essentially, her omission has to mean that she wanted it to happen. And obviously, she didn't.
What? No offense to someone sitting outside the legal thing. That's bullshit. Like, if the teacher's life was threatened, he had been allegedly accused of having a gun. I feel like she didn't want it to happen. It's not about wanting it to happen. It's about the omission leading to something bad happening. You should have told at the very least the teacher that no offense, if someone's threatening to shoot me, I would like to know about it. And if somebody doesn't let me know about it for whatever reason, and then the shooting happens, I feel like that person bears some responsibility. I'm going to be honest. There is some responsibility there. It was dismissed with prejudice. The VA Commonwealth attorney is appealing the dismissal, but I think they will lose. If it wasn't dismissed with prejudice, they can bring it up. Yeah. Okay. Tell that to a mom and a dad in Oxford, Michigan, says AP. Is that who is what I don't know, are her parents or what?
Want a school shooting to happen. She omitted doing something that seems clear from the evidence, but what was her state of mind? Was it reckless? Was she, even if she was aware there might be a gun, did she intend for a school shooting to occur?
No, but again, I don't think it should be she intended for the shooting to occur. She knew this was a possibility, and at the very least, she didn't warn the victim. And the victim was the target. Digger's burning on me. Wild Saffron, Digger, he's completely controlled by the kiddo. He has a plan to trick her to do what he wants, LOL. I don't have a plan to trick her. It's just she fights watching like shows, and she's going to huff and puff and cry and all that other stuff if we just have it going beforehand. It's not a trick. It's just, that's what it goes. And she's got them wrapped around. She doesn't have me wrapped around her finger, okay? It's just, I am the less full-time, I'm not a full-time parent, right? Like, I'm a part-time parent, and that's putting it generously. Like, so we focus on fun time, because fortunately I don't have to be involved in a lot of, like, the reprimanding stuff, because, again, I don't know if you know this or not, but people who can't walk aren't very intimidating. So kids feel confident kind of pushing the boundaries. But it's just get to do whatever she wants. It's still like, you know what? You, man. Oxford, Michigan school shooter parents got him a gun, but did they intend for him to kill his classmates? Yeah, I don't think they did. And didn't they get held accountable? Again, I feel like if you knew somebody was being targeted, not telling them that they're being targeted, after that person is then shot because they were a target, you kind of bear some responsibility. And that might not be how it is legally, but that's how it should be.
That's what I think so many people struggle with, the intent factor in these cases.
Yeah, I just
Danny,
did.
what about that civil case? Because last year, a jury awarded Zwerner, the teacher, $10 million. Is that case done and dusted? Could this...
Okay, I don't want to go into whatever that is. I don't know. She does. You give her whatever she wants. I don't give her whatever she wants. I cave frequently, but not whatever she wants. If I gave her whatever she wants, she'd eat ice cream all day. And she'd watch her little YouTube programs all the time. I don't give her whatever she wants. We bounce around. All righty. At Hobelchenko, then it's done. What's done? I don't know. If it's dismissed with prejudice, then it's done. That's a shame. That's a shame. It just says that it dismissed the case. It doesn't say with prejudice. Dismissed the criminal case. It just says the case is dismissed. I don't have whether or not it was with prejudice. I don't have that. We have about 2 hours left in the program. We still have a lot of content to go through. Happy to have all of you guys here. Matthew Q, my stepdaughter, we bought her a pistol for college. No one has been shot yet. Well, I feel like a lot of adults are quite capable of responsible gun ownership. What if she wanted to use your wheelchair? What, my daughter? I wouldn't let her use my wheelchair. There's lots of things I don't let her do. I just don't like fight all. Digger, all men like that until it becomes sassy teenage versions of their mom. I don't think so. I don't think so. She's already very, very sassy. You have no idea. This kid has a monumental amount of sass, and she will sass, but she has some times where she gets into her feelings really hard, and then other days she's just an absolute angel. She loves to help. She's always willing if I need her to help me around here, and I ask, like, hey, baby, you want to help Daddy? And she doesn't fight it or anything. She just looks at you with a smile like, yeah, Daddy, what can I do? And, like, she's so excited if you need her help. She's always excited for that. She loves putting together puzzles. My daughter's the best, man. Eat a dick. Not wrapped around her finger. She's just really fucking awesome. Jay Warren, dismissed with anti-Semitism. That's it. Well, you can't try us twice. After all, the first time there was no crime. So obviously no crime's been committed. Yes, it was dismissed with anti-Semitism. I can't wait till that kid's a teenager and you get to tell stories about how miserable you are from that. I won't be miserable. She'll be awesome. I have faith. My daughter's fucking cool as shit. Have you raised a teenage girl, Johnny? No. Stop trying to warn me. You have no idea how much fun you're in for. That makes it sound like it's not going to be fun for me. Like when you say you have no idea how much fun you're in for. And I mean, what proof do you have of this other than having once been a teenage girl and possibly having raised one? What would you know? Oxford, Michigan was a totally different. The parents knew that their kid would talk about poo-pooing the school. Oh. Yet they left the pew-pew safe. Oh. Yeah, I will say that is probably a different setup. I would say that's definitely vastly different than than an assistant principal checking for a gun, not finding it, but still not warning. Again, even if he doesn't have a gun, I just feel like the teacher deserved to know that one of their students was gunning for them, literally. Like, they should have known that intent was there. And my question is, did the assistant principal notify the teacher or not? Did they have adequate time to notify the teacher or not? If they're checking the kid twice to find out if he's naughty or nice, they should have made sure that teacher had more than a lump of coal in their stocking. You smell what I'm selling here? But yeah, the Oxford, Michigan case sounds slightly different then. Well, it's Saffron. I have a daughter and 3 sons. The war wrinkles to prove it. All right, so yeah, it sounds like this might not be the greatest thing ever, but we'll see how we go. I still have faith because my daughter is amazing. My daughter is adorable. And you know what I think the most likely thing will happen is that she'll always be a little, I'm pretty sure she'll be a little daddy's girl, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Police vehicle story. So our last story is about an inappropriate parking. Sometimes it's all just about finding the right spot, So let's go ahead and go that. Again, we're going until 4:30 today, so we have 2 hours left. We aren't doing a show on Monday, and I'm not on the Steel Toe show Monday morning, so we'll be back on Tuesday for everything. And hopefully, if she's feeling up to it, Digger will join us on Tuesday. Well, Saffron, ha ha ha, but your daughter is different. Right. But she is, though. She is, because she's mine. So that automatically makes her different. Like, your kids suck. Mine's cool. I don't... Kidding. I'm kidding. But my kid is really cool. My kid is super cool. I'm sorry. My kid, I have the best. I have the best kid. All right? She loves popcorn. She is very snooty about pizza. She doesn't settle for that cheese only or pepperoni and cheese bull. She likes some toppings on her pizza. That's at that age, she's got an amazing culinary palate, and I want to spend a lot of time expanding it to different types of food because I don't think she's tried a lot of stuff. But yeah, so my kid kicks more ass than a 3-legged ninja. So you can all suck it. That's what I'm saying. All right, so let's go over to this story. Another one from Twitter, but this is actually a CBS News clip about a police car that apparently didn't quite stick the landing, or maybe did, I guess, depending on your viewpoint. But let's go now. We take you live to Florida, and what experts are calling, or wait, no, excuse me, it's not Florida. I saw the bridge and assumed Florida. This is Cape Charles, Virginia. So this is not quite. The VA is Virginia, right? Yeah, because Carolina is the one that has the north and south. Police car hangs from Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel after flipping over on a guardrail. I'm sorry, that's not enough of an explanation. How did it flip over on a guardrail? I mean, yeah, you landed on the guardrail, but dude, whoa. I've seen some awfully interesting parking jobs in my life. I've seen people pull off the Walmart side park. I've seen people park on land on the center of one of those roundabouts. But this one is new. And by the way, how much do you shit your pants if you're in that accident? Because you're so close to going over. I don't know how deep this... Where are we over there? All right. I don't know how deep this water is, but you're on this bridge. Considering that it's up this high and the active water line goes from here to here, so at least it's low tide. But you can probably bet that when you're high tide, you're like over around here at this level, possibly higher. So that's at least helpful. But how deep is that bitch, right? I'd be shitting my socks. Why'd you eat them in the first place? Do we get any information at all, you assholes? So just a bunch of pictures of what is arguably a 10 out of 10 for sticking the landing and a 10 out of 10 for, again, fecal-inducing experiences. Frickin' bird lands on that tailgate and it's going down. Right? I don't know how, literally, the engine being in the front is the only thing saving you at this point. You just have way more weight in the front end of the car, but I bet just barely enough. Lethal Weapon lied. This isn't fun. I'll admit, for me, sitting here, it looks fun. We have no other information on this. Let's minimize the post there. And all right, here we go. WTVR. You guys had to have done this as a video. Oh, you did. I meant to do this from the first page. All right, so that was from their WTVR station. All right, let's go through this. Thank you, Twitter. After I'll click load.
VCU Massey Comprehensive Cancer Center is a proud partner of Buddy.
You know, I have it clicked as muted here. It's weird that you automatically played it. That seems fucked. All right. Nobody believes me that my daughter's different. Well, I don't care for the doubt. Oh, you're playing the same story or the same video that I just showed. You don't actually cover it. All right. Well, a police vehicle crashed on the southbound lanes of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel Wednesday afternoon and flipped over the guardrail. Photos showed the video hanging off the side of the bridge tunnel where officials said it was near an electrical line. Oh, brilliant. So not only do you have the chance of falling off, you also are possibly going to get electrocuted. A CBBT police official said the officer involved in the crash was not seriously injured, but was taken by ambulance for further evaluation. No injuries were reported. The cause of the crash is under an investigation. CBBT says the bridge tunnel has reopened for traffic, but there will be a single lane closure near the site of the crash. This is the second incident this year where a crash led to significant damage to the 20-mile bridge tunnel. In February, a Purdue tractor trailer hauling chicken products crashed and went over the side into the water. Oh, I hope they weren't live chickens. Driver, 61-year-old Ronnie Andrews of Robertsville, North Carolina, was killed in that event. Well, at least the cops survived on this one. The cop's okay. Bridge isn't. Pablo Pachenko. Troll him. Keep your foot on the brake. It'll help the car from going over. Right? The wind resistance of the tires not moving. That's all you need. If that were to happen, talk about a shocker on the way down. But ching. As it bounces there, that's when you tell the person in the passenger seat, I'll get out first, then help you get out. I've been, actually, I don't mean to brag, but I've been in a car that landed upside down on its roof. It is not easy to get out of that seatbelt. Unless you're really big and tall and you can push up on the ceiling, it is not easy to get out of that seatbelt because you're literally pushing against it, so it doesn't want to release on you. It's a fucker. Let me be clear. Wild Saffron, those guardrails are weak. They do seem a little easy to bust. I mean, one car, we've already had like the semi-truck, I can understand. That's pretty fucking big. It's hauling, it said chicken products. If we assume frozen, that's a lot heavier. So yeah, that's something. But the police car. And I still want to know what caused the flip in the first place. Cars don't just flip over. And unless he was chasing a suspect in pursuit of somebody or something, he shouldn't have been driving stupid fast. So what caused the flip in the first place? How much want to bet it's an immigrant driver? Nah, I don't know. That would be funny if it ends up coming by one asshole that doesn't know how to fucking signal before he switches lanes. We have a little bit under 2.5 hours in the program. Let's get our second hour stories up. And while we do, we'll once again thank Mr. Q's Didgeridoos. What was it? Lab Glass said something to the effect of Mr. Q's Didgeridoos. Feel it, blow it, like you mean it. Mr. Q's Didgeridoos. St. Caesar for 911 audio call of Kyle Busch has been released if you want it. I don't know if people really want to hear it. He got taken to the hospital. Asian woman driver. We're not going to hear about any reason why he has been hospitalized, so I don't think it really matters. But Mr. Q and Pablo Pachenko are saying that it was an Asian woman driver. She went out, she cut in lane, and he just had no choice. Flipped him right the fuck over, man. That's what you sign up for when you agree to protect and serve. Sacrificing yourself before the dumb cunt that doesn't know how to change lanes. Alrighty, so our second hour stories. We've got scientists telling us why they believe they figured out why creepy old buildings freak us out. We've got the FBI doing some actual work we'll talk about. Not in America, but you guys might be in favor of this one. And then we have more. Well, eat a dick.
I need a martini. I love the sound of.
Stanley Tucci is apparently very popular. He's going around places doing stuff. I just can't avoid Stanley fucking
Decker
Tucci.
Investigations.
Fucking asshole. Fuck you in your butthole, advertisers. Jesus. All right, we're good. Holy balls. Fuck. Protect and swerve. Yeah, that was protect and swerve. He was shorting of breath and passing out. It sounds like a COVID thing. I don't mean to fuck, because I know COVID really wasn't a thing for a lot of people, but I'm going to be honest. That sounds like a COVID thing. Or something that caused a similar symptom where your body and your blood can't absorb oxygen as you breathe in. If you're shortening of breath, I mean, but then there are other symptoms that could cause that, so either way. We have a little less than 2 hours in the program. We have all of the second hour stuff to get into. So, patrol vehicle. Balls Deep's really loving that last story. I like the puns. Thank you for being here. Again, we'll be off on Monday. Anyways, so let's go to this first story. Scientists saying they know why we get freaked out in like old buildings, basements, supposed haunted spaces. I'm going to be a little skeptical of this. What? Scientists know why, then one, who's doing this research? Two, what if you're just a pussy? I feel like there are a variety of people who don't get freaked out in those places. A lot of people who get excited to explore the unknown. So why we get freaked out, I think it's just literally eerie vibes, man. It looks creepy. Like, what's wrong with just saying it looks creepy and weird and I'm worried about ghosts? Like, that's the thing. So, I don't know. But anyways, we'll go with this quick and then we'll get into the rest of our stuff. Again, going for another 2 hours and 45 minutes for you lovely folks. Or not 2 hours, hour and 45. Learn to tell time, fucknut. All right. Here we go. So, apparently, going into haunted buildings, or going into quote-unquote haunted or rundown buildings, it's something that makes people uncomfortable. But according to Science Daily, we have a reason. Infrasound, an ultra-low frequency vibration below the range of human hearing, is everywhere from traffic to old buildings. In a small experiment, people exposed to it became more irritable, less engaged, and even showed higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol. Despite having no idea it was present, the findings suggest our bodies can sense these vibrations without conscious awareness, potentially explaining an eerie sensation in places like basements or supposedly haunted buildings. Yeah, but what if the place doesn't have the infrasound thing and I still had the Dan Aykroyd dream where I got blown by a ghost, okay? St. Aaron, it's not creepy. It's my love pad, baby. No, then that makes it sound like you have a rape dungeon. That's just not a good call. Nobody should be creeped out in your love pad. I mean, one, lighting should be adequate. But two, it's always at the secondary location. When do people learn? When do people learn never go to a secondary location? You just met on a speed dating app, for fuck's sake. Alrighty. Who did this research? McCowan University professor Rodney Schmaltz said infrasound is pervasive in everyday environments, appearing near ventilation systems, traffic, and industrial machinery. Infrasound describes sound waves with a frequency below the lower limit of human audibility. Although the ear is the primary organ for sensing low sound, at higher intensities it is possible to feel infrasound vibration in various parts of the body. But how do we know that those are in... But, like, a building out in the middle of nowhere shouldn't have infrasound moving through it. The hobo sex to square foot ratio in abandoned buildings is 69 times higher than in alleyways and hotel lobbies, says Bald Steep. Yeah, but does hobo sex cause infrasound? I mean, it could. Wild Saffron wants to know, how much grant money did this ghost hunter get to do this study? Right? That's another good question. How much money did we waste on this? I don't feel like I'm learning anything new. I already knew that, like, low to inaudible sounds in, like, haunted buildings and things like that cause a sense of unease and nerves and things like that. But again, what if, like, I have a feeling like you can't, if you're just in, like, an empty church out in the middle of the woods that has no electricity and stuff in it, would it still have infrasound? And as Balls Deep said, which makes me ask, how much infrasound comes off of two hobos fucking? How much? Is it as much as he can pump out or as much as she can absorb? Does their body density determine it? Does it increase if it's mostly bone on bone because they're two scrawny ass meth heads? Like, what happens to the infrasound with the hobo sex? It's called the Jungle Room because you get feral and wild in there, says Mr. Q. Mr. Q? No. The research firm of Scooby, Shaggy, and Associates. Yeah, like, oh my God, Scoob. Yeah, I don't do a good Shaggy. I have to hear it and I have to find one. All right, so consider visiting a supposedly haunted building. Your mood shifts, you feel agitated, but you can't see or hear anything unusual. Yeah, but it's an old, creepy building with strange noises. You feel on edge. That doesn't mean that it's infrasound. In an old building, there is a good chance that infrasound is present, particularly in basements where aging pipes and ventilation systems produce low-frequency vibrations. If you were told the building was haunted, you might attribute that agitation to something supernatural. In reality, you may simply have been exposed to infrasound. Yeah, may have. You guys stated with a pretty certain clarity that you knew why we felt uncomfortable in these spaces. It may be that, but it isn't necessarily. So, you know what? Eat a dick. Ashley Casey, wow, didn't expect to hear about hobo sex today. Neither did I, but that's the beautiful thing about the chat. They kind of throw whatever the fuck they want in. Mr. Q says, you mean Mystery Inc. Yeah, but they were just kind of doing they were doing like a law firm thing, like, you know, like Schwartz, Goldman, and Precious Metal. Oh, I must have pulled my fucking shoulder muscles or something. Fucking getting old. Sleeping is becoming a problem. Like, it's just sore right back here. If I lean down too much, I feel it. If I sit back too much, I can feel it in my shoulder. I always just assumed I was a coward. Yeah, I always just assumed the ghosts were watching me. And that I was just being a pussy. But I was fine with it. You know? Like, get real fight or flight in those kind of spaces. Like, I'm walking around with like a fucking big heavy-duty Maglite flashlight. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to fuck some shit up if it shows up at me. Wild Saffron. Squirrel! I did squirrel a bit. Wait a minute, not really. We just were asking a literal question of what level of infrasound is produced by hobo sex. That's not a squirrel. That's on topic. It's just an offshoot of the topic. Or a money shot of the topic, depending on how you think about it. THC topical is great for shoulder pain. Yeah. I don't have any of those on hand. I don't get crazy with the weed, and I've cut back on the smoking like a lot. Just since recently in the last few months, I've just stopped. I haven't felt an urge to do it recreationally really at all. So we're at a consumption level now that I would call just barely recreational. I don't go around smoking all the time. I don't want to smoke all the time. I use it medicinally. It's helpful here and there. Might I have a little toot for the shoulder later, but I don't know. Overall, I don't have balms. I don't have vapes. I don't do dabs. The only real water pipe that I really have is a show prop. So that's where we're at. Anyways, that is it for why creepy buildings make us uncomfortable. It's infrasound. So it's the brown noise? You're saying the reason I shit my pants wasn't ghosts, it was the brown noise. All right. I'm not going to go with it, but all right. Fine. Topical won't get you high. Right, but I'm just saying I don't get all of the freaking THC products in the world. I have the flower, and that's usually all I have, so I don't have any on hand. As I was just explaining, I don't use THC products in a while. I did the the CBD ones for a while, but that business went out, so I don't sponsor them anymore. But like, I don't even know if they're still, so I can't get their stuff anymore. I liked it, but you know, just remember, every time you yawn, a ghost puts its penis in your mouth. Thank you for the $5. All right. All right. So as soon as that goes over, I was going to do this story second. We'll do it first. A Glendale doctor has been convicted of federal charges for submitting more than $45 million in bogus claims to Medicare. And so we're going to do this one. It's funny because I feel like the government really wants to brag about catching people for fraud, like this lady, the lady they caught in Minnesota, but they don't want to mention how a whole lot of other people of specific group they're letting go for a specific reason that is entirely nothing to do with justice. And now apparently, allegedly, the one lady that they're throwing the book at, because spoiler alert, she's a white lady, and so she's the mastermind, so it doesn't matter if the other ones committed the crime. This lady was the charge of it, so she's getting, okay, fine. She said she has links to, and this whole thing has links to funneling money to Ilhan Omar's political accounts and stuff. And they're not looking into any of that at all. No investigating of that. Balls Deep is saying they scapegoated her. Kind of. Hemp's has a great line of sunburn salves. I don't use a lot of like THC stuff, but Johnny's so white he has to worry about moonburn. That's not bad. Another reason to do this this fire thing this weekend if the weather is good. In fact, fuck it. Let's look at that right now since I'm talking about it. Old Goatneck Omar, Walls, and Ellison all knew. It's documented. Oh yeah, they all knew. I believe wholeheartedly they're all in on it. I am not surprised in the slightest. And again, the only person we're going to throw the book at is this one white lady. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't throw the book at this one white lady. I'm saying now throw the book at every fucking buddy else involved, whether it's government officials blindly turning an eye or people making some money changing hands, the people who defrauded at the bottom, top to bottom, the whole pyramid of this scheme, prosecuted, arrested, incarcerated. That's what I want. You're not going to see it, but that's what I want. What am I looking at? The weather for the next few days? Nope, that's the calendar. I want the news, not the weather. We got rain for the next few days or not. Sunday and Monday. Sunday sounds like Sunday sounds like the day to aim for. Saturday's a 10% chance, but it's going to be. So, yeah. I'm going to have to see about that. I think I'm going to have to do that Sunday. That'd be a good time. And Kyle's Bush's wife has $80 million. Yeah, so there'll be some guys trying to honey dick that lady. The lady's getting 42 years, for fuck's sake. Look, I'm not saying that I'm saying I have zero problem with that lady getting 42 years if we're given time like that to everybody in the thing. Not just the person at the top, everybody else involved. It's not like these people were coerced to do this. They were maybe pointed in the direction of doing it, or they were just flat out doing it. And when they got caught, they just had to buy into the system. Or they started doing it and they encouraged their friends to do it. Either way, at the top or not, If we're giving her time, like 42 years, why isn't everybody else involved getting 42 years? And if she's pointing at any politician saying they're involved, why aren't we looking into that extensively? That's all I'm saying. But again, that's not going to happen because that's not what it is. Phlegm is ghost jizz. No, it isn't, Lab Glass. No, it isn't. That would be ectoplasm. Has a whole different color and consistency. But how do you know? I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. John Freak 5. Johnny, I just checked the calendar for Sunday and it says you're gay. Oh, fuck. I mean, I might have some hot beef logs in my mouth. Camper is set up and beer in hand. Fuck yeah, says Chevy. Look, it's raining a lot today. There's a 10% chance tomorrow. So, but tomorrow seems partly cloudy. Play it by ear. Like I said, I'm going to have to ask other people because I'm not doing this just for myself. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this damn thing. Anyway. So let's go ahead and get to this story first. And while this plays, I'll do a little controlled burn for that 5 from Lab Glass. Thank you very, very much. We have an hour and a half left in our lovely program before the weekend, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I'll say that again, but I just want to get that out there now. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Take us to that sweet, sweet video footage. Whack-a-mole.
New at 5 tonight, a Glendale doctor is at the center of what's being called the largest Botox fraud scheme in the U.S. Violeta Mayoleon was convicted in a $45 million scheme to defraud Medicare. Court documents show that she owned the Healthy Way Medical Center in Glendale. Prosecutors say she submitted claims for Botox injections that were never performed.
Okay. I'm glad we're getting at people who are committing Medicare fraud. I wouldn't have expected this case, particularly out of California. But I have a follow-up question. Why would you approve Botox injections with Medicare? Unless they're being performed by like a fucking neurologist or, you know, a doctor that knows what you're treating the Botox for. I wouldn't think it's that all that. Who still does Botox in 2026? St. Caesar, I was going to full-throatedly just rip on it just for being Botox, but then I remembered I've actually been treated with Botox before for muscle spasticity. It didn't work, so I didn't keep doing it. But my neurologist suggested it and administered it. So she doesn't look like, she looks like a, you know, like a plastic surgeon. Why would she be doing Botox injections for people on Medicare?
Ever performed. She billed for those procedures when she was actually on lavish vacations. They say she used that money to buy luxury collectibles, including a $12,000 17th century crossbow.
That crossbow, go back a second, though. Let's be honest. Like, stop fucking twisting my dick.
She billed for those procedures when she was actually on lavish vacations. They say she used that.
It's a pretty fucking badass looking crossbow. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty fucking badass looking crossbow. Why cover cosmetic procedures? Balls deep, Botox does get used in things other than cosmetic procedures. It's just she doesn't look like that kind of doctor. They do it for no reason. They do it for again, plastic surgery reasons. So balls deep. Crossbow, not a crime. Oh shit, Tulsi Gabbard just resigned now. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard resigned. That's not news. I heard about it. Well, I mean, it is news, but we didn't do it on the show, or at least I don't think I have it in the prep sheets. But yeah, that happened earlier today. Tulsi Gabbard resigned. Fucking cue up her being a traitor and everything else for everyone else, or just fucking not saying anything. But yeah, Tulsi Gabbard resigned. Tulsi Gabbard resigned. A whole bunch of private money steered the Thomas Massie election. And we all know who was behind that. And then, yeah, ultimately we're fucked. This, again, it's a bitchin' looking crossbow.
Money to buy luxury collectibles, including a $12,000 17th century crossbow and a $3,000 painting. Maya Leon was convicted of 9.
I don't know that I'd pay $3,000 for that unless that was related. It's just somebody's random portrait. That's kind of fucked up.
Counts of.
Wait a minute. 3 counts of what? You didn't put the whole story in there. You guys cut it off before you finished the story. All right. She became convicted on federal charges. 3 counts of submitting more than $45 million in bogus claims. So totaling $45 million. She was found guilty late Monday in Los Angeles federal court. Again, the fun part about this is it happened in California. And they're actually holding her accountable. I got to admit, I got to ask, would she have been caught and held accountable on this if we weren't already just having more and more cases of blatant fraud hitting the federal government from, let's be honest, other than this lady and the white lady in Minneapolis, coming a lot from 1, maybe 2 particular communities. So let's see. That's my second weapon in Call of Duty. What is fraud? Weird. How do you use fraud in Call of Duty? Oh, I bet he's meaning the crossbow. It's a joke. Political capture complete by Massie losing. Now with Gabby out, executive capture complete. Israel owns us officially now. I think they have for a while. But I suppose you could say officially. I'm pretty sure they've officially owned us for a while. I've been saying for a long while that I'm tired of being a part of USA Corp, a wholly owned subsidiary of Israel LLC. But what are you going to do? $12,000 for a crossbow? Dang. But yeah, it's a bitchin' crossbow. And it's like an ancient crossbow. It's not just any old crossbow. Where else can I get my daily fix of ghost semen and crossbow news? This is Ned Sheckler. Well, on Monday, I guess you could look for it yourself. I mean, we'll be back on Tuesday to provide you more ghost semen and crossbow news. You'll survive. We'll be all right. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We have an hour and a half left in the program for you wonderful people. And it wasn't really crossbow news. The news is we found more fraud, this time in California. Again, Medicare fraud, federal Medicare fraud, but this time in California for Botox, which I have a question about who were these people getting the Botox, but whatever. It wasn't really crossbow news. The news was, amongst other things, she bought a crossbow. Also, a couple of Teslas, like a vehicle, like a car and a Cybertruck. The crossbow helps and used to slay Dracula. Yeah, I wouldn't spend $12,000 on that one, but if you paid like $2,000 or $3,000 for like an accurate movie prop of the Helsing crossbow, could understand that too. Any goddamn robot stories? Nah, I don't think so. Don't believe so. We're still in our second hour stuff. We've got some UFO file stuff and a news thing about people filing for January 6th defense fund that Trump put up, anti-weapons fund or whatever the fucking thing it's called. So a lot of people find, including somebody I didn't know about this. Somebody you guys might remember, MyPillow owner, fucking egg. Why was my brain spacing on it now? But yeah, he's running for governor. Mike Lindell, thank you. Mike Lindell running for governor. Didn't know that. He's one of the people trying to file for reimbursement through this fund. So we've got that story too. UFO files. How's Wong doing? Wong? I don't know. Is there a Wong in UFO files? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Can get a crossbow for like $200 at Walmart. Yeah, but that's not the same. And thank you, Freak597, for the 2 gifts. of 100 joules each. Thank you so much. For the Sunday and the high five. So Mike Lindell is my pillow. Maybe he does. I have no effing idea. I am not here to tell you what Mike Lindell does or doesn't fornicate with. I just know he's running for governor of Minnesota. Here's what I'll say. You couldn't be worse than Walz, and I want to say that, but then I think about it, and I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I don't want to be proven wrong on that. So it's entirely whatever. Let's go to our next story. The FBI is shutting down an Indian call center in India for defrauding Americans. Great. Love that we're going all the way over to India to stop this. Don't get me wrong. It's great. But let's be honest. There's other stuff we could do. So this is supposedly breaking news. The FBI has shut down a call center operating in India that... can we full screen the post? Nope. All right. We'll just do it this way then. So the FBI shut down a call center operating in India that has been defrauding hundreds of elderly victims here in the U.S. and abroad out of millions of dollars through tech support scams, and 2 senior executives who operated a business that enabled it have just admitted to turning a blind eye to this widespread fraud. This comes after an FBI Boston investigation that has resulted in the arrests and convictions of a former employee of their call routing company and 5 India-based telemarketing fraudsters. Our senior citizens deserve honor, respect, and protection, and if you target them, we will do everything we can to bring you to justice. All righty. What the CEO and CSO of this well-known call tracking and analytics company did was downright despicable by their own admission. They willfully profited from telemarketing and tech support scammers here and abroad who preyed on the elderly, exploited the vulnerable, and drained victims of their life savings and peace of mind. Behind every fraudulent call was a real person left frightened, humiliated, or financially shattered. Great. We're going after the tech support scammers. All right, FBI. All right, so I got another one. We've got people here who've been scamming the government out of money through Medicare and Medicaid. Could you arrest them? God. Could you give them 42 years in prison? Anyways, so the FBI shut down that. I'm going to guess that we're still getting all about... Have you noticed a decrease in scammer calls? Anybody? Like, might be a whatever. Like, can we see what's... Mike is a lot like Alex Jones. Everyone thinks he's crazy, but ends up being right. But other times he is crazy. Look, let's be honest. Mike Lindell pulls a fair amount of crazy out, too. But we'll see. I haven't heard from him in a while. He hasn't made any really big crazy news. So maybe he's evened out, leveled off, and all things are better. We'll see, because we have a video with him. So we'll get to it in a bit. The FBI says, hold, please. Please hold. Scam baiting stories. Sweet. Kitaboga rocks. Okay. Ed Sheckler. All right, buddy. So, yes, the FBI is celebrating their big win of stopping Indian call centers. Nope, get them every day, twice on Sunday. Yeah, I'm guessing no one's really going to notice. Stop picking on Uncle Mike. He's retarded. I don't think he's retarded. I think he's... I'm not going to say what I think he is. J News only cover Lindell. If it's out there, he hasn't quit. I didn't think he quit anything. Like I said, I just didn't know he was running for governor. I haven't heard anything about him. He hasn't been big in the news for doing anything wacky or zany. That's usually when he shows up. But better than the FBI shut down emulation websites. I mean, that's a personal one that affects you, but yeah, cool. Like I said, does it really affect you that they stopped 5 Indian call centers? And like I said, we're not doing anything on the Epstein lists. We're not doing anything about scams in fucking Minnesota. But we got time to go get these guys over in India. Cool. Glad we spent all that time on that. Labglass asking, when has Mike been right? Who said Mike? Chevy JB said Mike is a lot like Alex Jones. Everyone thinks he's crazy, but ends up being right. So yes, when has he been right? I know that we have questions about like the election and stuff, but I don't know if it was specifically the Dominion voting machines. And that was the big one with him, the Dominion voting machines, which he lost the suit in. So no Pen 15 Fathead saying hello. Who's Mike? Mike Lindell. No Pen 15 Fathead. I knew him about him running for governor, but he doesn't even track in the polls. It's either going to be Lisa DeMouth or Amy Klobuchar. DeMouth? Which do you want on that shit sandwich? DeMouth or Klobuchar? I guess maybe Klobuchar. But I'm not happy about it. Like Mr. Q says, and they both suck. And they both suck. Mike was right about the voting machines. Even the Democrats admit that. Was he? I haven't heard that. If Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. I have not heard that. All right, we got a little lighthearted thing that was moving through the Twitter when we were grabbing the show stuff. Maybe it's because I've been looking at goof crap, but we've got, what? Playing sports in 2026. This is either going to be very funny or very cringe. We'll just say that going in. 2020 voting, he was actually right. You want the turd sandwich or the giant douche? Yep, that's pretty much what it is. Amy is backed by Israel. Yeah, but is Lisa DeMouth? Like I said, is there any... It sounds like there's no good option. There's just a which one do you hate less choice. So, I don't know, man. We'll go and look into that deeper as we get closer to election time. But is that why he had to pay? Yeah, dude, you could say he was right about the voting machines, but he lost the lawsuit. So, although the story of him we have is about him wanting to get reparations or some sort of payback, but some fund that Trump's putting together for January 6th victims, and I guess he's counting himself among them. The news won't be spoon-fed people the news won't spoon-feed people the things they should know if it threatens their grip on power. Okay. When do your midterms happen? I think they're this year. Aren't the elections this year? Minnesota. Let's look that up before we get into this next fucking video. All right. Minnesota. Alrighty, Minnesota midterms elections. Yep, 2026. They're this year, like I thought. So it'll be this November, I believe. November 3rd. November 3rd, 2026. First Tuesday of November. DeMouth actually has a brain. All right, Chevy JB and Labglass are having it out over the judges in the Mike Lindell case. I don't know, man. Last I knew, Mike Lindell lost that lawsuit. Mike Lindell had to pay money. And like I said, I found out today, apparently Mike Lindell running for governor, which I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see how it goes. Don't think he'll get it, honestly. Don't believe he'll get it. Let's go over here and grab this video. This is just a little something different. We're winding down, so we've got a couple of different things. This is, again, satire, but it's supposed to be, we'll see if it's cringy or not. Playing sports in 2026.
Yeah, you want to play for $100?
Sounds good. You can tee off.
Sounds good. Yo, where are you going?
All right, I mean, it's not funny, but it's a little cringy, but it's not horrible. He bet $100 though. I mean, would you do that for $100? Because I can already see, guess what? Spoiler alert, he's going to play as a girl and play from the ladies' tee. But honestly, like if it's for $100, you will tell if Mike isn't doing well if Toe gets him back as a sponsor. He had to sell off a lot of stuff for his business for a while ago. Maybe he's just trying to rebuild. I don't know. Honestly, though, giving us back a sponsorship would be like letting yourself laugh at being mocked will go better than poo-pooing it. But
I'm playing the ladies' tees.
Called it. All right, the music sucks, and I'm not going to get struck for that. All right, so he's playing from the ladies' tee. Again, called the bit, but it's sadly true, but it's not quite that bad yet. He's got a pink golf club and purple balls. At least they're not blue balls. And I hope we get Mike back as a sponsor. My question is, if we get Mike back as a sponsor, will Aaron stop doing the bit? Because I feel like he likes doing the bit. He still has the cutout on hand, ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see. That was more cringy than I thought. So we'll just move on. It's funny-ish, but whatever. Yeah, Aaron pissed away $700 a week to crack tard jokes on shit he never. All right, I have zero idea what you're talking about. Oh wait, yeah. He definitely won't stop the bit. Yeah, so like I said, if they laugh at the bit, it could be fun. But I don't know, man. Who do we still know who did the strike thing? I don't know. I don't really like doing the toe goss. There's like 8 million people that do that already, and I don't need to be one of them. So there we are. There. Got the ABC News thing about the declassified Pentagon files, and then the Trump thing to wrap up the second hour, and we've got a little bit less than an hour in the program, or no, about an hour in the program. Wow, Chevy. I don't know that I agree or that I want to just read that out loud. That'd be actionable. That's an allegedly statement. All right. I have no idea what we're doing or talking about there. Like I said, I just don't know what you're talking about. Don't need that stuff up in my show. Johnny, have you played any video games lately? I did do the new, or not the new game modes, but I did jump in and play, what was it? The Marvel Rivals game. And the anthropomorphized animals, like I was already sick of Jeff the Shark and now this devil dinosaur thing. I'm like, fuck off. And because of the way that game works, it's always the new hero that's the most powerful. Yeah, devil dinosaur sucks a dick. So, alrighty. Let's go ahead and get over to the Pentagon releasing more declassified UFO files. Why can't we just call it what it is? Pentagon releasing more information so we won't talk about the Epstein list. That's really all it is. And after we finish this stupid Stanley Tucci ad, we'll do the video. How's the mouse game going? I have to play it in spurts because it gets me motion sick. And the problem is once something starts getting me motion sickness, it causes it easier. It's like I'm nervous about getting motion sick and it causes it. There's something about the 2D, 3D hybrid that, like, after you get through, I'd say, the first few levels, like, every time I play it, I start getting, and I've noticed these symptoms. Like, I start feeling like I'm getting warm and, like, a little dizzy, and I'm like, all right, we got to stop playing. So I do the mouse game in spurts. It's really fun and incredibly hard. It's not very forgiving, even on regular. I always turn motion blur off. I don't think this has motion blur. This is more just the fact that it's using a whole lot of 2D shit in a 3D environment. And when a figure is bouncing up and down and then they pivot while moving on like a central axis because you're walking around them, just screws with you, man. Just screws with you. And that's the other thing, too. Those figures, like a classic 1920s or whatever cartoon, they don't stop moving. They're just bouncing up and down like they're on a fucking pogo stick. And it gets even when people are dead, just squish. It's just Oh, we've got a dad joke from Wild Saffron. What do bears call campers in their sleeping bags? Soft tacos. It's not bad. It's not bad. Alrighty. Anyways, let's go over to this. Boom. We'll unmute it. They're releasing more UFO files, or as I like to call it,
the Pentagon.
Reasons we won't talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Releasing dozens of new videos of unidentified flying objects, incidents that the government still cannot explain, plus an account of a mysterious sighting near a sensitive U.S. military facility last year. Jay O'Brien is in Washington with the latest.
Again, let's just call this what it is. More reasons not to talk about Epstein and his client list.
Jay, good morning.
Whit, good morning to you. Much of what you're about to see has never been public before. The Pentagon now releasing another batch of its so-called UFO files after they were declassified by President Trump. And this morning, we got an exclusive first look.
Oh, did you?
This morning, the GMA exclusive, more than 50 videos and other documents detailing strange
Here, we'll take
objects
me out
in
of
the
the
sky, many of which the military...
Here, we'll pause this and take me out of the screen so I don't block any of them that are important. Where's the camera? There it is. Boop. All right. We'll see how these go. UFOs. Flying squirrels. Pretty much. I mean, it's to squirrel us away from, like I said, in my opinion, to squirrel us away from the Epstein list, the Iran war. Just, hey, forget everything that's going on, guys. UFOs.
Can't explain, released in
Don't
the
pay
second
attention to
batch
gas
of the
prices.
Pentagon's so-called UFO files.
Who's Jeff?
Inside never-before-seen video like this from 2024. The Coast Guard picking up this object as it flew near a plane over the southeastern U.S., and this taken by the U.S. military over Syria in 2021, following an unidentified object before it suddenly speeds off. The service member who submitted the video labeling it instant acceleration. Others seen flying in apparent formation. All part of over 200 files released so far detailing what the military...
Are any of these ours? Don't we supposedly have, like, weird... Like, if the X-Files taught me anything, we've got, like, weird three-light freaking aircraft that, like, hover or some stuff that are, like, triangle-shaped or some such. And we don't have enough stuff. Screw it. I'm going to put the camera back on. Oh, cursor's over here. Let's get that. Boom.
Anomalous phenomena, or UAP.
Nobody cares. Where's the Civil War at? What Civil War? What are you talking about? What Civil War?
Better known as UFOs, long an object of public fascination.
They want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related.
Also, again, Trump, I feel like you keep glossing over this. We would really like to know who the people, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein allege their assailants were. Again, really want to know who those friends of yours on that list were.
Material.
The files made public on order of President Trump, who earlier this month touted complete and maximum transparency, leaving it up to the public to, quote, decide for themselves what the hell is going on. In the newly released records, this video from 2020, taken in an undisclosed area under U.S. Central Command, appearing to show a sphere flying over a population center, the pilot getting a closer look before it eventually flew higher off into the sky. And this account from a senior U.S. intelligence officer just last year, describing seeing two large orbs flare up alongside their helicopter while on a mission, saying they were orange with a white or yellow center and emitted light in all directions. Fighter jets then scrambled to identify the objects, but couldn't, the officer recounts, then writing, the same orbs we had encountered were now chasing the fighters. We were virtually speechless after these observations.
After multiple investigations, the government has found no evidence any of these incidents are of...
Matthew Q saying, look at that part in his hair. Makes him look like he had Frankenstein surgery to cover up the scars. He's just, be a dick if you want, man. He's just really old. Really, really old.
An extraterrestrial nature, but military officials admit many remain unresolved and cannot be explained. That new tranche of files is now live on the government website.
Atomic Ray saying, is it just me that some look like a light? Does anybody see anything in the light? I don't see wings or windows. Right, I don't see wings or windows. I feel a lot like a cat when I'm seeing some of these, like we're just following the IR thing. But that's also supposed to be the thing, the idea that these vehicles or whatever they are should not, by all logical sense, fly. They're not aerodynamic. They don't have propulsion systems. We don't see any windows. But what we do see is a whole bunch of footage that is, again, make up what you want of it. It's a mystery eye painting. Stand back and let your eyes blur and see if the picture just pops out at you. And again, we're not going to talk about what's going on in Iran. We're not going to talk about the Epstein list. We got UFO files, everyone. Nice distraction. No UFOs. We retro-engineered them at places like SAIC in San Diego. I'm waiting for them to admit that these orbs make crop formations, says Penna Bishop. That was somebody, either you or someone else was talking about a little while ago when we covered this before. That, like, we have evidence that the orbs are the things causing the crop formations. Which, again, the other thing that's interesting about the crop formations is the way that they, like, weave stalks under each other and over each other. It's strange. Rexstart Perigal. Vacationers from beyond the ice wall. Yeah. Like Labglass said, who did Ghislaine traffic to? I feel like we're going to, like, I feel like even though he said he's not going to do it, I feel like Donald Trump's going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell at the end of his fucking election, or at the end of his fucking, at the end of his term. And he's just going to just do it in the dark of the night. Nobody's going to notice a thing about it. We're not going to talk about it because of shit like these fucking UFO files. But anyways, real formations, yep, weaved. Fake ones are just flattened. Yeah. So I have two questions, and yeah, we know who's doing it, but have we ever figured out how the fuck that works?
.gov/UFO. The Trump administration says that since it launched in the beginning of this month, it's received upwards of 1 billion hits. Guys,
I'm sure that.
Yeah. You put a whole bunch of information and videos unredacted online, calling it the UFO files, like, here, people, look at. Yeah, a lot of people are going to look into that, from the base crazy people to just everybody. Tennis ball size static electrical crackle and dipped TF out at high speed twice, soft floated through a dense stand of trees once. I have no idea what we're talking about. Microwave radiation, says Penna Bishop. Had a soap-like bubble around them. So they were energy beings. Okay. If the government says it's real, guys, then you know it's bullshit. Well, Wild Saffron, the government isn't saying it's real. Donald Trump and the government are apparently saying, here, look at the information and evidence and decide for yourself. They're not saying it's real. Although Barack Obama did. And then he immediately redacted it. So which one do we take? Which one we take? Orbs, bro. Orbs. All right. Plasma has just been listed as a state of matter. This explains a lot when it comes heat in our environment. Okay. Rusty Grammar says, crop circles are Jewish space laser tattoos. Then you think at least at some point we'd see a Star of David or a Bart Simpson. One or the other. Or a Bart Simpson in a yarmulke. So there we go. But the orbs could be a ghost. They could be a ghost. Or that could, again, be a manifestation of infrasound. That's another one. Guys, you're not, there's no ghost. You're just freaked out by infrasound. If aliens and extra-dimensional beings are real, then ghosts could just be extra-dimensional beings or beings existing in a dimension outside of our own. Maybe when you die, you pass on to a new dimension. Another dimension. Another dimension. Another dimension. Another dimension. When is everybody going to accept that we are the aliens, says Los Federales? What, you mean like Puerto Rican Jews like you? It's like a weird Spies Like Us reboot. Puerto Rican Jews like you. But who's the aliens? Like humans are the aliens? So then how did we get here? Where are the aliens? How did we get here? We just show up one day. We fly in on a spaceship. What do I gotta beat them off? Burn them off? What, I gotta poke them off with a stick? All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Wrapping up our second hour stories. We've got a little bit more for you, just about an hour or so left in the show. A lot of lighthearted animal stuff and fun shit to wrap up the show. We aren't going to be live on Monday. Taking Monday off, obviously. So we hope you all have a very fun Memorial Day weekend. Let's grab this one. Boom, out of Fort Wayne. Oh, we do have a robot story. Somebody was asking earlier if we had a robot story. Yes. Yes, we do. I have a robot story. I didn't even realize it. A robot not surviving his job.
Humanoid bot being bounced from a restaurant in California after going on a path of destruction. This is my favorite part of the script. During a dance routine.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, you auto-playing fuck. Now I probably have to just do that story first. Fuck it. We'll just do it first. We'll do it live since you couldn't hold your fucking balls. Fox News again. All right. Now where was I? Meteors. We got that. So then we got to grab you and one last story at the end. You, the cute animal fuzziness. Stop. Fucking autoplay bastards. Stop you. Stop you cunts. We got here as microorganisms from a meteorite impact. So as microorganisms, we survive the meteorite impact. So are you proposing we're those water bear things? What were those things called? I fucking forget what those were called. We were just talking about Lisa DeMuth. Guess who just got a bad comic book type flyer for her? She's wearing a freaking cape. Please, tardigrades. Yes, thank you, Matthew Q. Tardigrades. So we came here as retardigrades. If you have a link to that Lisa DeMuth flyer, send it. But Johnny, we are the youth of we are the youth of the nation. There's a POD drop. Jesus, now I feel old. No, I don't think if we evolved from them balls deep, then they're officially retardigrades. They are retardigrades because they were too stupid to evolve with the rest of us. Oh, robots, a harpoon won't work. I thought we were talking about a whale. No, Bricks Gaming. We have a robot thing. Crop circles or Jewish space laser tattoos. Yep, we covered that. Covered that. Boom, boom. You'd be surprised what extreme circumstances microorganisms can survive. Well, I know because we have like bacteria and like what are those, like these weird worm things that like literally live in like volcanic vents where the water is beyond boiling, and it's just like they somehow live in sulfur like laden water bubbling up, and they process that shit. Like it's crazy, but that stuff exists. Like I understand that like tardigrades and things could technically even, or have they even survived like the environments of space, but it's just like I said, if we all evolved and they stayed behind, that would make them retardigrades. It's just a tardigrade joke. That's all it was. Alrighty, so let's go over to the robot story that won't wait its goddamn turn. No, you cunt. Oh, and I bet now that I full screened it and did all this, you're going to give me an ad?
Humanoid bot being bounced.
All right, so nope, never mind. I got to close the whole thing and reload it because it won't play now. You dicks. God, I hate Fox News. All right.
Humanoid bot being bounced from a restaurant in California after going on a path of destruction. This is my favorite part of the script. During a dance routine gone wrong. Kurt, is this our future? Because while I appreciate the absolute comedy of this video, I wouldn't appreciate getting killed.
Oh, shut up, man. I want the bot dancing video.
By a dancing robot. That's not how I want to go out. Where is the off button? Can we just invent
It looks like it's on her iPad or something.
Let me mute it.
Great stuff.
You fucking cunts. Oh, but now it's over. I just wanted to watch that. God, fuck. Yeah, I'm with it. Fuck Fox News. That was supposed to be funny, and I was supposed to enjoy the video, but you fucking assholes. Damn it. Ugh. Motherfucker. Kick me right in the dick. Right in the dick. So, yeah, that robot couldn't do the fucking Michael Jackson dance. I'm going to look up robot kicked out Michael Jackson dance. Robot kicked out. Jackson dance. All right, and see if I can find a fucking video. YouTube, this one. Here we go. Stumbles and falls while dancing to Billie Jean. This was the one that it was supposed to be. It was doing it in a, but it's supposed to be doing it in a restaurant. This one's not in a restaurant. This is that story, but a different video. You fucking dicks. Michael Jackson performance. Oh, but now all of them are showing this one. So you guys didn't even show the right video for the story that we were reporting. What fucking assholes. So a robot went, a robot went viral. Where is this one? This robot went viral because it fell and had to be dragged off stage during a Michael Jackson Billie Jean performance. You got, seriously, you guys linked the wrong video to your news article. All right, I don't want to get it. So, up. Okay, he's fallen. Nope. He just stumbled on the steps. He's moonwalking. Honestly, he's moonwalking better than most people do. Oh, shit. He's defeated. I'm going to be honest. Johnny, what's it like when you try to go upstairs? This is what it looks like when I have to deal with steps. This is what Johnny, that's just like, I feel your pain, dude. I can't tell you how many times, for me, the exact same thing. Every time I have to go, that's the whole reason I'm trying to find a new place to live. Every time I have to go up steps, it's just like that. Just like that. Okay. Is he going to get back up? Uh-oh. He's dead. Do you get your tickets refunded if the Michael Jackson dancing robot is being hauled off like a political assassination victim? Do you get your money back? His ram failed him? I don't think his ram failed him. I think he fell too hard trying to go up the steps. She's trying to control a 6-year-old acting up. What lady? That was a dude. Was that a lady? I thought that was a dude. Can we hack the robots and make them do the limbo and use the harpoons as limbo bars? What harpoons? I don't have harpoons. Gotta use it against all them robots. What are we using against robots? That lady looks like she was trying to control the one from before. Oh, with the... Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that one because, again, those people were talking and it was just such an annoying cut of it. And then when I actually look up the video, they had all the wrong videos linked in that story. That robot just cost me $500. If you got tickets, yeah. No traction on the soles of its feet. Yeah, it needs some rubber feet, people. Why didn't we think about this? Or maybe, I don't know, let's put something tacky down on the steps. Yeah, he just had the Windows wheel of death just spinning over and over. So that's how we knew he was done. I think all robots should have the Xbox 360 red ring of death when they fuck up. Just boo, and then we know. Just right around the power button, just the glowing red ring of death. And then I also think said robots should function a little bit better if you wrap them in a towel so they overheat to make things work again. That should be a thing. Electromagnetic guns, Ukraine and Russia are making them as fast as possible. Well, we already did a story a couple of weeks ago about literal humanoid robots that were apparently doing supply runs and other shit for soldiers in Ukraine as a soft test of robotic soldiers. They have fingers to operate triggers. They can shoot guns. And if it becomes like that they're good at it, we're fucked. Rexstart says, like Michael Jackson towards the end, the robot was hopped up on painkillers. How long did it take the overheat, the Xbox 360 to work again, Johnny? I never did it. I never had that issue. When I had one hit the red ring of death, I had a friend who had an extra that had been refurbished, and he didn't need it, but it had no faceplate. So he gave it to me, and I put my old faceplate on that and then just had that. So never had the red ring of death and actually did do the towel trick. But from what I understand, doing the towel trick was about suffocating it so the heat that built up inside warped the motherboard to make the solders reach again and fucking work. I don't know. But that's, again, that's the rumor. I'll give any robot the Stone Cold Stunner. Now I want to make a AI video game getting stunned. Okay. I'll blow the fucking nanogoers out of its head, Jack. Well, that robot was done. He, again, was defeated by stairs. So, again, I relate to that robot way too much. Defeated by stairs. Nothing beats the Jetpack Cat. I haven't played Jetpack Cat, but Floating Light Ball for attacking. I have not played Jetpack Cat. I haven't been in on Overwatch in a long, long time. Jetpack Cat is news to me. If you believe those robots are only delivering supplies, I got waterfront property in the Sahara Desert for you. Oh, no, I don't believe that they're only delivering supplies. I think we're soft testing robot soldiers in live fire situations as quote-unquote delivery machines so we can accidentally have them go into a couple of live fire situations and see how well they shoot people. And if it goes well enough, we'll start employing them, because the only thing the USA needs more than the military we have is a military that would never, ever question orders, because they just do what you tell them to all the time, always. They don't sleep. They don't get fat. They don't think for themselves. They don't post on social media about how Uncle Sam's fucking them. Like, these guys will be a completely new thing. We can minimize our human personnel to the smallest bit. Arch Magnus Tim with $5. Afternoon, Johnny. What have I missed? Well, at this point in the show, we've only got 45 minutes. You've missed, if I am to be accurate, most of it. We talked about... I should stop deleting the stories. So we talked about a... oh, dude, we didn't get to... That's in the third hour. We talked about... what was it? Shit. You know, I smoked a little bit of weed. I forgot. I'd have to put all those story things back up. I can't believe I don't even remember the shit I've been talking about. Let's do edit. Let's undo new paragraph. And then edit. Undo. There we go. We talked about Greek battles and how they would have worked with real people. 200 French people performed it. That was pretty interesting. Oh, I didn't do the story about the guy giving a petition on local government about potholes. We talked about Kyle Busch passing away. Everybody was hitting on his wife. Apparently she's super hot and kind of loaded. So it's a little, like, I would say that grass is a little bit green, if you know what I mean, in terms of her being a widow. But if you want to go at it, I guess, best of luck to you. We also talked about a Virginia cop flipping his cruiser. Why old buildings freak us out. The release of UFO files. We've had a lot going on. The Sahara Desert undergoes a massive cyclical greening roughly every 21,000 years, driven by Earth's orbital wobbles, axial precession. The Sahara Desert? Really? Plants can root in that shit? Isn't it all sand? That's crazy. That's amazing. And again, thank you for the 5. Let's record that. Put that up there. Thank you so much for that support. We're at $15 for May 28th. We won't be doing a show on Monday. We'll be back on the Steel Toe Show and back here on Tuesday. Hopefully we can convince Digger to join us. She couldn't join us today. She's feeling a little under the weather. Hope she'll feel better over the weekend. I talked a lot about what we're going to do with like Memorial Day shit, so it was all over the place. We all was hitting on his wife. She is no longer a widow. No, she most definitely is. She will be a widow until she's married again. And considering he died today. Was it today or yesterday? See, yeah, today or yesterday. Either way, very real possibility. I'm pretty sure it was today. Less than 24 hours. Like maybe wait, okay? Again, and no offense, St. Caesar. I don't think you got a shot. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't think you have a snowball's chance in hell of making this work. So temper your expectations, really, for your own benefit. Anyways, we watched a robot fail at doing the Michael Jackson dance, getting dragged off the stage. I bitched about Fox News. That's about everything. I think we've gotten you caught up on everything that we've talked about. So we can get into this one next. Trump allies and January 6 defendants are lining up for the $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund. I don't know what any of this bullshit is. The anti-weaponization fund for allies of President Donald Trump are lining up to seek their share of the Department of Justice's $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund announced this week. Let's go to this. Boop, boop, boopity, boop. NASCAR is gay now. All the engines and cars are identical, and they support alphabet soups and DEI. I mean, didn't that one black guy get called out for faking the racial hate crime thing? I don't know. But the engines and cars being identical, wasn't that always the idea with stock cars? Is your engines and your cars fit within a given set of parameters, so they were pretty much all the same? I could have swore that was the deal. That's even the way it is in Indy racing. Yes, we did see Tulsi Gabbard is resigning. Kyle ain't even cold yet. That didn't stop them, Arch Magnus Tim. That did not stop them. It did not stop them in the slightest. I tried to hold them back with that exact same sentiment, but they couldn't. They were thirsting so bad they drooled a river that you could have piloted a canoe down. It was bad. It was bad.
This morning, more Senate Republicans are expressing anger over President Trump's $1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund. The fund stems from his settlement with the IRS for leaking his tax returns. It
stems from his settlement. So he's giving away the money in his settlement to people in the government or people in general? Because if he's giving it, if it's from his settlement and he's willing to share it with people, I gotta say, you're kind of a dick for bagging on him about it. Is the settlement real? It doesn't sound like this is a made-up thing that they're going to block. Yeah, you're not happy about it, but it sounds like you're not happy about it because you're a dick.
Taxpayer money to compensate people who say they were unfairly investigated by the Biden administration. Those people could include rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6th and assaulted...
All right, no offense, but if you were investigated for storming the Capitol on January 6th, investigated, yes. If you were there on the 6th, you should be investigated. But it's not like you were unjustly targeted. If you were there on the 6th, you made yourself a target. It was a government op, yes, but you fell for it. Much like a phone scam. If by called out, you mean heralded for starting important discussions. And himself on January 6th, folks, apparently. He's being called out, you mean heralded. Well, I mean, they're saying called out. Back in the day, the engines had to be specific CI, but were made by different companies, and the car bodies were based on actual street legal models, not just a vinyl wrap. Yeah. All right, you got me there then. Then yeah, that takes a little bit out of the sport.
Police officers.
These people don't deserve restitution. Many of them deserve to be in prison. This is just stupid on stilts.
Acting Attorney.
Could we see what side of the aisle he picks? I'm just gonna take a fucking shot in the dark. That guy's a Democrat.
General Todd Blanche met with Republicans skeptical about the fund. Sources say there was yelling, with senators worried about November's elections. Sources say one stood up telling Blanche, "You created this expletive sandwich. You got to figure it out." Senators reportedly feel Blanche failed to guarantee the fund would exclude people prosecuted for crimes on January 6th.
Did he make that guarantee to you all in the meeting?
I did raise that issue, and that seemed to be what he...
Weren't all the people like investigated and arrested on jet, weren't they all exonerated by Donald Trump? Again, like, we know for a fact, like, yeah, those people made themselves targets by being there, but we do know that that thing was a fucking FBI government psyop. That was a bait and switch planned to get those people arrested. What is an expletive sandwich? Rusty Graham, I'm going to say a shit sandwich. I'm going to say shit sandwich. I'm going to go ahead and say the news doesn't have the balls to say they called it a shit sandwich. St. Aaron, I don't know why the Dems are upset. I'm sure the plants will get some money. At least, how about, you know what? They could give some money to the plant who literally took credit for organizing the whole thing and then suffered absolutely no prosecution whatsoever. The guy who blatantly said in text messages and messages, like, we got to go into the Capitol. The one who talked to a dude before he stormed the fucking fence. Yeah, that guy. The one who literally, quote unquote, masterminded it, that all of the January 6th accusers go, oh, no, he was de-escalating. Right, when he says we've got to go into the Capitol to the point where everyone around him starts chanting Fed. That's not de-escalation. I mean, Jesus. Don't fucking shit on my face and call it a milkshake. We can't afford to pay for this shit yet. Our nation is broke. Yeah, I agree with that too. We can't afford to pay for this shit. The socialists lost their psyop. Was his name Ray Kroc, Johnny? No, I don't think so. Ray Kroc is not. His name wasn't Ray Kroc. Stupid on Stilts. Yeah, Stupid on Stilts is a fun one. Wow, AI suck at doing stunner. They aren't even close. We need some time. You know, it's like the Will Smith the Will Smith pasta. You just got to give it time. They'll get it eventually.
Saying, but, you know, we haven't seen language.
You want more clarity.
I do.
Trump allies are already lining up for payouts from the fund.
I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of the world's most comfortable pillow.
MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, who made false claims about the 2020 election, says he believes he and his employees are owed money for losses his company suffered.
I was glad to see it might be a faster.
Your company didn't suffer losses so much as you had to sell off parts of it because you lost a lawsuit. And the lawsuit you lost was about the accusations of the Dominion machines. Are we saying that was all set up by Biden now, too? We have to go in so we can leave, even though we're currently outside and can go home anytime. What, you talk about Iran? Yeah, we don't. I miss the 70s NASCAR, Pontiac Superbirds. Yeah, old school NASCAR when you could see, like, was it the Chevy Lumina or whatever? And, like, the Firebird, like, they had different looks to them. That was fun. Ray Kroc was a businessman who passed in the 80s, best known for McDonald's. Oh, yeah, so that's not it at all. Wow, Wild Saffron, you really took expletive to the level there. Holy shit.
Way to get my employees that all were hurt. Some of them lost everything. And I think it's a real good thing for everybody.
But back on Capitol Hill, concerns about the fund, as well as President Trump's controversial ballroom project, have now prompted Republicans to delay approving one of the president's top priorities, his immigration enforcement bill. In another sign of potential trouble for the president, House Speaker Mike Johnson was forced to table a vote on stopping the war in Iran because he did not have enough votes to block it.
That is officially the stupid. You shouldn't be able to not have a vote just because it won't go your way. That should not be a thing. I don't like these. Stop the war in Iran. Go ahead. Stop. Mike Lindell looks like he's on whippets. Actually, I got to say, compared to how we've seen him, Mike Lindell looked all right. Compared to how he's appeared, Mike Lindell actually looked like okay. Like a guy who's been through the ringer, because he has, but like... Laughing at my mail I got, I will show you when you get here. I don't know who you're talking to. But it ain't me. I'm not meeting up with you. Okay, that's a special order. It may take a few minutes. Yeah, I don't think you can get one of those. Cock, cunt, motherfucker, and cheese. I've never heard of a sandwich called cock, cunt, motherfucker, and cheese. It's a bit of a mouthful. I'm not reading the other one. Not reading the other one. All right, so they tabled a vote because they won't have the votes to block it. That's the stupidest reason to table a vote. Just effing do the vote. But I agree. We don't have the $1.776 billion to give out. If we're doing this, like, Trump's got to start picking some shit with this. Like, if we're doing this, we're not doing the arch. We're doing the ballroom. We're not doing that. Oh, you're doing the ballroom? You're doing this? And you're not doing the arch. Not doing the arch. We've got this story out of Canada. I did grab this one for Digger being here, but she's not on the show, but she might want to be around to be in the chat if she can, because we have a story out of Fort Wayne. Apparently, there was an altercation at a Tim Hortons with a 21-year-old worker and a 75-year-old woman who was a worker there. I would say the scariest part of that story is that you guys are employing 75-year-old women to work at Tim Hortons. But oh well. Let's see how this goes. Alrighty, here we go. I gave her as much warning as I can. So if she wants to join in, we got 30 minutes left. If she wants to join in on the chat about this, she's welcome to. An altercation at a Tim Hortons. Hit me.
Next story out of Fort Wayne is getting a lot of attention.
Maybe I shouldn't have said hit me. Bad choice of phrase.
Today, certainly disturbing. Police released video of an elderly woman in a fight with a coffee shop employee shortly before she died. Police say 75-year-old Anita Ann Grayson went into the Tim Hortons, a coffee.
Oh, so she's not an employee. She just got in a fight with the employee. I'm going to be honest. If you're that big, don't start nothing.
Chain there because she had an issue with her drive-through order. Well, they say she then began berating a teenage worker. You can see in this video a shift leader walks over, steps between them. Moments later, a fight breaks out.
Oh,
police say after the fight, Grayson.
Windmill punches. We're going back. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a fight. We've got a fight. All right, I got to go back. I almost want to slow this down and mute the audio because I don't need to. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do this. Settings, speed. We're going to go to, let's go to 0.5. Let's go ahead and mute because we don't need to hear what you're saying. Let's go back. A fight broke out betwixt them. Here we go. So let's get to the inciting incident. Obviously, the shift leader getting in the way of the employee. I'd like to say, from what I've heard, these don't look like the employees I was expecting to see at a Tim Hortons. Is this in America? I thought this was in Canada. There's a Digger, there's a Fort Wayne in Canada, right? The Fort Wayne Police Department. All right, jumping between them again. And here's my favorite part. What the heck is that, by the way? They knocked something down, some sort of spray bottle or something. So it's already getting tense. And right here, you can see her fist going up. Whammo. Boom. Full. I love that they paused it there on the news. Everyone can see full contact, fist in the face, knuckle sandwich. And they're off to the races. Our next clip, of course, is her and I want the whole video on it. Windmill punches. Windmill punches. Bam, bam, bam. Just slap fist. You're not going to get anywhere with that, but you're certainly throwing her off her game. She's now dropped what appears to be her purse. Somebody's lost a Sharpie marker. I'm going to bet that's you. No blood yet, but it's apparently getting heavy. Oh, one straight to the fucking temple. And she's down and down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Oh, shit. Did she take out a table? Nope, it was just a reflective mirror. Okay. And then she's down for the count. A couple more punches in the face. She's on the ground. They're holding her down. How the heck did she die? Nothing looks like anything in that should have killed her. All right, tell us how she died, ass fucks.
Them moments later, a fight breaks out. Police say after the fight, Grayson sat down at a table and was talking on the phone when she laid down on the floor. Workers noticed she needed help. They called for help. Medics tried to save her, but she did not survive.
So she fought so hard she just died? Or did she bang her head on the floor or something, get some sort of concussion? She wasn't bleeding. Granny's mouth writes checks her old ass won't pay.
Drawn to its presence.
Well, thank you for the raid, Awake Jimmy and company. Oh God, it's a Johnny. Well, I don't mean to shit on you, Dio Masu, but you could have guessed that from where you were going with the raid thing. This destination shouldn't be a surprise for you. We've got 30 minutes left in the show. You just missed us talking about a 75-year-old lady getting the shit kicked out of her by a 20-year-old person at a Tim Hortons and apparently died from it. She started the fight with a solid right fist to the kisser, and then the shift leader took matters into her own hands, literally slap fighting her to death. I saw that, says Scruffy. Yeah, slap fought to death. I gotta admit, like, if you told me with the exchange I saw there, whose punch should have seemed lethal, I would have gone with the old lady's. The old lady looks like she managed to hit that chick square in the face. The other girl just literally looked like she slapped her. Like windmill slaps, not even fists, just windmill slapped her all the way to the frickin' morgue. Horrible. Hi, Raiders. Hi to Jimmy. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Glad to have you here. Jimmy has hairy nips. Is this, this isn't news. This isn't news, Death Strikes. This is not news. Old black lady starting shit and getting rocked. She didn't look like she fell that hard in the video. Granted, she falls out of frame. But yeah, it didn't seem like it should have been a death sentence. But I guess that's what you get for, I don't know, starting some shit. And all over a food order. Like, when you, like, let's say you go up to fucking the pearly gates and shit, you gotta feel really embarrassed, right? Like, your final act on Earth was to start this fucking kerfuffle over a double-double and some Timbits. Like, that's a complete waste of your life. Like, you had family, you had friends, and you didn't go out doing something awesome. You aren't going to be remembered for the charities you donated. You're going to be remembered because if she would have only not punched that white bitch in the face, she'd still be alive today. Like, that's it. That's all you've got going for you. Don't start fights over fast food. They're not worth straight-out fights unless somebody literally, like, pissed or shit on your food. We need Jim to wax strip again, get rid of those hairy nips. I can't get him to do that. I don't have that control. I also don't want to see that. That could be mentally scarring. I just said it, and I formed a mental image that's already hurting me just bad enough. I don't want to go further than that. So, but again, thank you guys for rating. We only have a half hour left. We've got most of our stories and stuff covered. They're releasing more UFO files because we don't want to talk about the Epstein files. I am not doing any gaming this weekend. The Memorial Day weekend, I'm kind of hopefully grilling on Saturday or Sunday, so I'm going to be busy with that kind of stuff, and definitely won't be gaming. The mouse PI game is awesome, but it causes motion sickness, and I think that brings everybody up to speed on the gaming stuff, so we're good. It was death by shame. It should be. It should be. Death by shame. You should go to the Pearl. You should get up there and St. Peter's looking you in the face. I'm just going with the Catholic religion. It's just, or Christian religion, whatever. That's what I have on hand. And he looks you in the face and he just goes, what do you have to say for yourself? I mean, really. What do you possibly have to say for yourself? And then he just clicks a clicker, and you see her last moments simulcast from her point of view and the other person's point of view, from start to finish, from the whole thing when she drives into the drive-thru, orders her food, realizes they didn't give her fucking extra side of whatever, and then gets out and starts saying some shit. Then she says some shit to the lady, they fight, and she falls and just literally dies. And then when he gets done airing the video, he goes, I don't think I need to explain this to you. It should be obvious. And he pulls the lever, and she goes down. Like the lady in the manhole cover. Just downtown. Grilling, eh? What can I bring over, says Dear Butch. I don't know, man. You want to bring over some steaks or some brats? The weather's nice. The fire limits have lifted. So I'm aiming Saturday, Sunday, Monday at the latest, but preferably Saturday. Sunday sounds like the nicest weather day for it. Preferably Saturday. I'm aiming to do some steak or some brats, maybe some corn on the grill. Just have a good goddamn time. I got a nice fucking fire pit. I've got wood. Giggity. So I want to load that bitch up and do some grilling this weekend. Would love to do me some steaks. No, she was trying to free food finesse. Her only heart attack foiled her scam. Oh, she was trying to get her food for free? Aw. If you're going to eat the stuff, you don't get it for free. Like, I complained about a pizza order, and they said they could refund my order or they could make a new one and send it out. And I said, well, I guess refund the order. Do you need the pizza back? Do I have to come deliver it? They're like, no. So, yeah, I kept the pizza, and I ate it. But I also order from them religiously. But most of the time, I'm like, if you're going to eat it, don't ask for a refund. And if you ask for a refund, expect that you have to return the meal. But I have technically free food finessed. It wasn't the aim. There was another time I called and complained to them, and they were going to do that again. And I was like, no, I'm going to eat this, and it's fine. I just want you to know, like, it's a little doughy. Like, something might be going on here. What's going on? Like, so, yeah, whatever. She didn't do nothing, Johnny. She must have done. No, she did something, Scruffy. They still framed it with her fist directly in the shift leader's face. She definitely did something. She did something to the point that I wouldn't be surprised if the shift leader got knocked out on that punch. I'm doing ostrich steak with stir-fry veg Saturday, says Angry Rocker. That sounds really fucking good. Ostrich steak. Because ostrich is a bird, so does it have a texture and flavor more akin to chicken? Because I know you said you're doing an ostrich steak, and I don't know how you make that work, but like I'm picturing just like giant chicken breast. Big goddamn chicken breasts. What's going on my phone? Why are you vuv-vuffing? Nope, and nope. We can check the pay apps. We have those up pinned in all the chats, but I don't think I have any of those. Why you keep feeling the vibrations of the phone? So let's find out what's going on. And no. Yep, we're good. And we're good. Yeah, good and good. Sup, Scruffy, says Digger. They're about the size of burger meat because they have rich. First one is enough. All right. It's banging but very rich. I want to try flamingo. Wow, spelling is an issue. Rich taste. Right. Again, my question was like the overall meat texture and stuff. Like, is it more akin to steak or more? I would expect it's more akin to chicken. You'd think it's more like chicken, but, you know, what do I know? All right, let's close that out. Let's get to this. This is a rip and read. So, apparently this dude built a ramshackle 10-story, like, house, and it became a tourist attraction in China. But Chinese officials have now destroyed the villager's home because apparently the Jingji Guizhou province had become a tourist attraction, but the officials said it lacked the necessary building permits. So let's open image in new tab. A ramshackle 10-story home that had become an offbeat tourist attraction in southwestern China has been torn down, ending a years-long battle between the structure's owner and local authorities. Chen Tanming said local authorities took just hours to return the stone bungalow, which had been transformed into a pyramid-shaped structure of plywood rooms stacked together one upon another, back down to its original single story. All right, do we have where it ended? Oh, God, dude. Well, what happens if I just click on one of these? Can we cycle through them if we do? Oh, can we? Can we? Yes, we can. All right, let's go back. Oh. So it started out as this. They said, like, now here's the thing that I'm surprised about the most. The part about this that surprises me the most isn't that the government officials made you turn this down. This looks like incredibly dangerous in terms of a home. If anyone lives nearby, this thing looks like it's going to collapse at any point. The part that I'm surprised about is to find out that there are actual building permits and permissions that you need to have in China. I didn't realize you guys did that. I thought building codes were like suggestions. You only followed them if you wanted to. So what are you guys bitching about? Ironic China bitches about building permits. Right? That's what I'm saying. I've seen the freaking buildings, boats, and bridges you guys construct. It sounds and looks like he did a way better job than you guys did. This is almost interesting looking. I mean, would I want to live there? Absolutely friggin' not. Absolutely not. But I mean, also, by the way, how are you supposed to get the fuck up there? Just ladders upon ladders upon. What's the point of the like tippy top Space Needle thing? We should have stopped around here, maybe here. I feel like this should have been our top level. If you'd stop, look, you can say what you want. If you kept it here, I bet they wouldn't have bitched. Because, like we said, it's not like China's known for your deep building codes. All right, that looks like a 4-year-old built that. It totally does. It reminds me of, like, I don't know if you guys did this, but when we were kids, we did it like the bed sheet tent things we used to put together as kids. You ever do that? We did it as siblings. We all built our own little tents. We had our own little tent commune outside in the summers. In the afternoons, it'd be what we did. We all lived in our little tents, pretended they were our homes. It looks like a fucking version of that, just with plywood. So I don't trust this structure. But again, China, you have no right to bitch at this dude. Look at the stuff you've built. That looks like the Thai house Rambo was building in Rambo 3. Digger, they did that to a homeless guy here. He spent all summer building his home up in a tree. The city was cool with it till the other homeless started a shanty town around it. But he's not building a shanty town. This is his property. This is his property. He's just building on more and more and more and more. He's, again, it's just the guy owns the place. He's not Matthew Q. It's like bunk beds. You want to get to the top until you don't want to get to the top. I see some plywood should be turned for shear factor. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have some awfully non-wind resistant surfaces here. Still scary. Still scary. Open air prison, says Rusty. I don't think it's an open air prison. It's just a really, really rickety shanty house. But like I said, China, what do you give it? Since when did you give a shit? So they made him rip it back down to the first level. Again, none of this looks safe. Like, I'm glad this guy's proud of his construction. This is tied together. I don't know how safe I feel this is. This is lashed on with some sort of cordage, okay? There's no nails. There's no screws here. This whole thing, in fact, does not look like it should be a solid structure. I just really, really don't trust this sumbitch. Looks like a 4-year-old built that. It doesn't not. Anyways, visiting tourists drew comparison between Chen's home and the intricately detailed whimsical worlds created by Japanese animator Studio Ghibli, found in Hayao Miyazaki films. Yeah, cool. It looks like anime. You know what anime is? Not real. So those houses don't just fall apart because, I don't know, wind. Authorities in Guizhou province have long threatened to remove the multi-story structure that was held together by bamboo scaffolding, saying it lacked the necessary building permits and was a safety hazard. All right, the second part is true, but again, China. Just admit the irony of you pointing your finger at this. Chen's home village of Jingyi was mostly demolished in 2018 as authorities planned to build a tourist resort in the region known for its otherworldly mountain landscapes. Chen's family refused to leave, and as the resort's construction faltered, he began building his home higher and higher in defiance of demolition threats by authorities. All right, never mind. I'm totally on this guy's side. This guy's a hero and unfortunately lost the battle. They made him take it down to the main level. In August of 2024, authorities labeled Chen's home an illegal construction, and he was ordered to destroy everything except the original bungalow. On the 18th of May, Jingyi officials issued a final notice ordering Chen's family to leave by 9 a.m. on Wednesday. After the deadline, local law enforcement and public safety bureau officials escorted Chen and his parents away from his home.
Do you or do you not feel bonita?
I feel pretty bonita. How about you? We got 15 minutes left. I want to finish this since we started it, and then we got a couple other fun things we'll do for a bit. But yeah, I feel totally bonita. If you guys want to do a hype train, we've got 15 minutes. I have to follow that out until it ends, so if you do it, depending on when you start and how it goes, I could get plumfuckered. Shit. He was fighting the HOA of the CCP. He was. I was shitting on this guy, but he was fighting the HOA of the CCP and lost. I wonder where he is now. After the deadline, they escorted him off, bureau officials, whatever. They're holding him in custody as his home was demolished. Chen, who filmed the aftermath showing piles of the building materials scattered around where the towering structure once stood, told AFP that he is now seeking legal help to have the forced demolition designated illegal. Then I will have a chance to restore it, he said. Well, that's the best part about it being a bunch of bamboo logs tied together with cordage. Yeah, they left all the pieces there. You could just put it back together again. It's like a Lego set that you dropped on the floor. I mean, yeah, it's in a pile, but reassembly is totally possible. And I would still not trust that with my life. Like that looks like the most rickety structure in the world. But brava to you for fighting the man, Mr. Chen. Digger, you cannot expect to win against the CCP's HOA. I mean, yeah, but he put up the fight. Johnny, don't say you will stay until the end of the hype train. This chat can make it happen. That's the rules, Saint Caesar. We don't bail on a hype train. I mean, what bigger dick move could you think of to the people supporting you and the support you're getting than cutting it off in the middle? Literally, unless I was shitting my pants, I wouldn't leave. And even then, I wouldn't leave. I'd just get up and go to the bathroom, and you guys would probably do a bunch of End Tower chats in the chat while I'm not here. So, but yeah, again, I'm not ending the hype train if it happens. There's 2 from Lab Glass and nobody else. So it's not even happening. So you can shove your opinion right up your booty hole. Dang straight, they don't mess around. No, they don't. I have friends that lived in Hong Kong for the longest time, and all the things that changed when the British gave it up, now their life sucks. Yeah. Rusty Grammar just trying to do it over in the Rumble chat. It's not the same in the Rumble chat because it's not on screen. And plus the freedom of Rumble chat, if you're not desensitized to that word by now, that's a you thing. So that's what it is. That's what it is. We have about 10 minutes left in the program. We got a couple of other things to get into before we go. Let's close that out there, and there. Luckily, everything else we have left is like lighthearted animal stuff. We got you, New Jersey porch. Oh yeah, we're doing the bear doorbell thing. We'll get to this one first, though. Apparently, a meteor fell in Australia and over South Wales. So, oh, there's a fucking dramatic entrance. 2:19. No, it isn't. You're entirely off on your time, Mr. Sane Caesar. Entirely off. And it looks like no one else jumping in on that hype train. So, Sane Caesar, once again, I have to say, you were full of shit. All right, let's go ahead and hit play. Boom, boom, boobity boom. Damn. See, like, oh, fuck, I hate this. That's where I'd believe, like, UFO shit. Like, if we found those and one of them ended up being a spaceship. I'm not saying we should have a lot of alien ships crash landing. I'm just saying I think we would have had one that would have happened in an area that they couldn't hide by now. They couldn't have covered them all up. What's with the music? What? No offense. I'm going to play this again and turn the audio down. But, dude, is it just me or is that music kind of really super gay? It almost sounds like X-Files. Boom, explosion, meteor, boom. Look at that meteor, boom. Still a little X-Files-y. Now it just feels gay. And we're staring at a bridge. You don't see the flash. It's off screen. So I'm going to say go ahead, really lame and gay here at the end. Smallville happened for real. Smarville? What's Smarville? I said Smallville. You said Smarville. And it's 420. Wild Saffron had it. There we go, man. 420 burn for everybody. Happy 420. We have our Memorial Day on Monday, so we're not doing a show. Taking Monday off. Won't be doing gaming this weekend either with the whole gonna be grilling. So that's the news of that. We've only got 9 minutes left in the show. We had this video. This is a little heartwarming story. People are getting ready to graduate, and this is the completely not surprising to me that at a school in Michigan, tractors, ATVs, and golf carts are rolling up to graduation. This is, again, if you lived in I lived in a small town. You celebrate tractors in a small town. Although I will admit there were a few hot rods at mine, but whatever. Go. They're pulling up. I love it. Tractor and a car.
Tractor Day. This is an event where students get to drive a off-road vehicle of their choice. Sometimes we have tractor.
Look. No, rewind. Oh, you cunt.
We will be having our annual Tractor Day. This is an event where students get to drive.
Look, I'm saying this as a crippled, handicapped person that drives. You need to have certain safeties in place. I don't think guy jumping in to stop it for you is the right safety. I don't trust either of those legs being able to reach those pedals. They're way too high. And let's be honest, I'm looking at the frame of this scarecrow thinking you have the muscle definition of a fucking toothpick, okay? You should not be driving the tractor. I get it. We want to include him. Put him in the wagon in the back, okay? He can. It's like a limo treatment for him. He's being driven. Put the guy in the front in tux and call him Mr. fucking Belvedere for all I care. But no, this is too dangerous. The only problem that he can avoid is running people over directly because you can dive under the middle. But still, anybody that's in a vehicle in front of him risks getting rear-ended. If that happens, this guy's going ass over tea kettle, and he's right next to rolling tires. This is a whole bunch of bad waiting to happen. Matthew Q. Hell yeah. See, Johnny, even you can drive a tractor. First of all, Mr. Q, fuck you. Secondly, I'm saying no, he can't, nor can I. Fuck you, Mr. Q. Oh, Richard had fun with the tower thing. It does not have hand controls, Wild Saffron. It does not have hand controls. It has one giant F-off wheel. You know how I know it doesn't have hand controls? It has a co-pilot, okay? Tractors don't normally come with co-pilots, but we have a second guy in case Bombardier here can't get the flight done. You know what I mean? Oh, bull, I was driving that at 6. Right? Did you have cerebral palsy at 6, Mr. Q? Because no offense, I don't think this guy is a 6-year-old. He's a senior. He looks like he should be in middle school. He's a senior. The biggest concern is him hitting cows. Again, or the people in front of him.
A off-road vehicle of their choice. Sometimes we have tractors, four-wheelers, side-by-sides, anything. As long as they wear our street protection and follow the guidelines, they're more than welcome to bring it and just have a fun day in the parking lot.
Oh, wow, somebody's flexing. Built on tradition, generation strong. Yeah, but it'd be a lot easier to read the back of your shirt if it wasn't rolled into you. Farmer Fran. So that guy didn't look like a senior. Hold on. I thought it was seniors.
In the parking lot.
That guy totally didn't look like a senior. He looked way too old to be doing that. That guy's a senior in high school? Am I the only person who thinks he looks like he should be a teacher at the very least? Please tell me that's a teacher. Oh, wait, maybe no. Maybe he's a senior. He looked really old from a distance. It's hard to tell now.
So it's just like a long-standing tradition to honor our history of like agriculture and just like let the seniors have one last fun day with everyone before they graduate.
That's a big sumbitch. He's taking up 4 parking spaces. He's taking up 4 parking spaces with a tractor. God damn. So some parts of America are still just, we're just good old rural folk in certain places. I'm questioning if these kids are of age to drive. If they're seniors, yes, they are. The part that I'm surprised is that they're so well versed in driving farm equipment. But then again, it sounds like all these people it's working. 460 John Deere, 8-speed, 6 forward, 2 reverse. Are they insured? Probably, St. Caesar. Probably. I don't know about for all road, like you, I'm pretty sure you have to have some sort of insurance on farm equipment if you're taking it on streets. They have a special day to drive tractors to school. Damn, half of my class did that. 4-wheelers, bikes, in the winter, snowmobiles. Yeah. In the winter, like, I didn't finish high school there, but in the winter, my local, where I grew up, the small town I grew up in, they'd use, like, snowmobiles was an acceptable ride, especially in the dead of winter when the paths were there. There's a bike trail that led from the town I grew up in all the way up to Rochester and stuff, and so, like, you could cover quite a bit of distance. It's basically showing their support for their new occupations. Yeah, they're all going to be farmers anyway. It's farm equipment. You just have farm insurance. There's no one for vehicles. You don't even have to have a license if you're farming. That doesn't reassure me.
I think we're just a farm school. I mean, it's tradition. Everyone's done it before us, and we just carry it on.
All right, never mind.
A well-known event. It's like an
we got
award
2 groups
for,
of people.
A graduating kind of an achievement for the end of the school year. Students look forward to participating in it because it's just something different. It's like our last recess, kind of.
That's cool. What the hell is that? What the is that thing? I thought it was farm equipment. That looks like that's some sort of like Warzone Call of Duty shit. Up, and there's Tardo on the red. You know what? I was giving him shit, but there was a lady who looked completely not cerebral palsied out, and she had a guy with him too. So, you know what? Maybe it's less whatever.
I view it as one final hurrah. I'm out of here.
Of course, we had to talk to Austin. Austin Neto? Is that a lunar rover? Right? What the f was that thing?
Your last guaranteed day together.
Hey, slow it down, Toots.
Before graduation. So I've definitely been looking forward to it all for 4 years.
All right, I don't care about any of that now. We're going back to the fucking tactical. What in Satan? What the f is this? All right, it's got army camo. It's got really, really big tires. What the heck is this thing supposed to do? It's got an open, like, vent. Again, this looks like a bomb disposal unit. What the hell is this thing? A lunar rover seems strangely accurate. There's a downstep and handles here. This makes no sense. What the hell is that? It's a nice farm. I'll leave the poor boy alone. No, I'll rip on him if I want to. That's my prerogative. And I have to end the show in a minute. Do you know what this is, Mr. Q? Is this a piece of farm equipment? Because, again, this looks like something you'd see on the moon.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Yep.
And apparently it's got people. This looks like a military vehicle. What the heck is this thing? It's got seats in the back. This doesn't look like farming equipment.
Thank you. Yep.
It goes across rivers. What is it? So you're saying it's a boat on wheels? Oh, fucking weird. Wild Saffron. It's a drivable hunting unit for duck hunting in the swamp. Oh, it's for hunting. It's a Sherpa. Oh, I didn't know what a Sherpa was. It's the Batmobile from Dark Knight. Almost. It's very, very close. Urban assault vehicle. That's what it looked like. It's the Batmobile from Dark Knight. Hunting, it's considered agricultural in a lot of these places. Yeah, that can be considered agricultural. But again, it's just weird that they had the... So what's with the fiber optic camo thing? Does that work on the birds? Does that work on the birds? I didn't know if that would work on the birds or not. Here, let's go back to it quick before we... see if we can... All right. All right. And just get me out of the frame altogether. What does this do? What does this work on birds? I thought that was a military thing. I could be wrong. Whatever. Anyhow, we're going to get out of here. We're a little minute or two after. We obviously, as we said, won't be doing a show Monday. So have a wonderful Memorial Day. We'll be back for everybody else. No, but it looks cool. It's kind of what I figured. We're going to get out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been a privilege and a pleasure. We'll see you guys later. Take care.
Hey, did you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till you